Welcome to the RDP Match of the Day.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the RDP coverage of the Mornington Peninsula Football League season 2022. We would like, of course, to thank our sponsor for our match of the day, Battery World of Mornington. We've got the Jones Lupino man of the match as well. And help me out, boys, the Bridgestone tyres of Mornington mark of the day. And there's one other which I will think of. I'd also like to thank Bendigo Bank, who make a lot of things possible for RDP. We are at Bungayan Reserve. Our first visit here for probably a fair amount of time to see the clash this afternoon between Tyabb and Crib Point.
I reckon 3, if not 4 years ago, we were here when Travis Cloak played for Tyabb. But we are here, and Premier Traditional Homes, another sponsor.
Yes, the Premier Traditional Homes scoreboard, which I'll be keeping you up to date with this afternoon. We've got a full round in both Division 1 and Division 2 this afternoon. And, of course, all three of us here will be watching what's going on in Hobart this afternoon because North Melbourne are playing Hawthorn this afternoon. We'll be keeping you up to date with that as well.
Four of us.
We are... that's right. We've got El Presidente's got managed to wangle himself a set of headphones this afternoon. So calling all the action this afternoon. We are one down today. Good afternoon to AJ King, who's been struck down by COVID. So he's not with us today, but I'm sure he'll be listening in. So good afternoon, AJ. But Michael Voss calling all the action with Daz this afternoon, and special comments from El Presidente, Russell Crowe, Peter Susevich.
Gallagher.
Thanks, Chief.
Good afternoon, boys.
Afternoon, Crago. This is going to be a pretty interesting game, I think. We know both of these teams aren't going to feature in the back end of the season, Vossi, but we're hoping, our fingers are tightly crossed, that these are going to bring the best out of each other, because at the end of the day, I don't care who you are or what competition you're in. If there's something on the line, you don't want to finish last, which looks like is going to be the fate of the team that goes down today.
Yeah, look, I said on the footy show this morning, these two sides, it's not going to be highly skilled. It's just going to be two sides that I think are going to be very, very desperate. Crib Point got a win last week, their first of the season. Tyabb, first 6 or 7 games weren't great for Tyabb, but look, they've been competitive enough recently. I know they've only won the one game, but they've been competitive in halves of games and that. They were like early in the year, they got blown out in the game by maybe 25 goals or something. You thought, well, where are they at? But they've definitely improved a lot since then. And Craig, just on where if people want to listen to the story or listen to us, or where do they go?
Yes, we're on our website today, and there's links on that to various streams. Sus?
Yeah, correct. We can jump on any social media platform and you'll find a link on a large amount of football websites connecting us to the RPFM page, and that'll take you straight into RPFM Sports, and just select the top of the page, Match of the Day.
And you're ready to go.
Very much. 105 points, Crib Point winning the reserve. 16-17, 113. They beat Tyabb 1 goal to 8. Of course, we're live this morning on the footy show. We've had a busy morning going through the footy show and just giving our thoughts on what's going to happen in today's games. There's some massive games happening around the place today, Daz.
Yeah, there sure is, Vossi, and I think we talked about it this morning, and I guess it's a time to reiterate. I think nearly every game is going to have implications on either the end of the year or next year, and this one's one of them. AJ, of course, had Chelsea as his most at stake, and I locked them. You locked Coringal, and I think AJ locked Devon Meadows from the top of my head. I'm sure he'll message me if that's incorrect, letting me know that I got that wrong, but
Hawthorn won straight, North Melbourne yet to score.
Beautiful, love that. Apparently Mitch Lewis is in the long sleeves too today, Vossi, I was saying. Are you a big fan of the tall forwards in the long sleeves?
Oh, shouldn't the tall forwards get out there and show the guns off?
Yeah, I would have thought so. He's a well-built man too, Mitch Lewis. Takes after myself.
Oh, it just stands to reason, Daz. Absolutely, yeah. So how is Cuddles this afternoon?
Mate, Cuddles is going well, going beautifully. This is weather that suits me, Vossi, because I've got extra padding and extra warmth, naturally, Charles Darwin style, so I'm coping all right in this weather, but we don't want the rain. The conditions, when you've got two bottom sides going at it, if the conditions are good, I think the better quality of game that we're going to get. So fingers crossed the rain stays away, and it's going to be all about who can win the contested footy today, Vossi. It's a pretty simple game, this one.
Yeah, both sides just very desperate, I'm sure, to have a win this afternoon. But yeah, we'll see how it all goes. But just on the weight sort of distribution, I suppose, ever since I had my stroke sort of late last year, I've dropped a bit of weight, and it's taken that to do it. And yeah, it does get a wee bit chilly during the winter times at the moment. And I think our man, we spoke to him off air beforehand, was Warren Davies, and he's off to Queensland very soon for a holiday. I can't say I blame him for that, actually.
No, but mind you, they've had a bit of a cold snap up there as well. Some friends of mine up there telling me it's been a bit chilly up there during the week, but chilly for them is if it drops around 20, they can bring out the big woolly jumpers and the beanies. So
I know.
Unbelievable. Well, it was like the music festival that was shut down in New South Wales, and feels like it hasn't stopped raining in New South Wales for 18 months at the moment.
Yeah,
so
well,
fingers crossed everyone's okay up there.
They had more rain last Monday in Sydney than what London get all year.
Yeah.
So they've copped it a fair bit, and I know I don't think I'd be game enough to go to Splendour in the grass.
Well, it's on today.
In the rain, so
they've pushed ahead, and they're progressing, and the concert is on today. I hear.
That's fantastic. And then you've got, of course, across the pond, the Poms are whinging that the temperature's hitting 38 degrees, Vossi. Thought they were tougher than that.
Yeah, look.
Or did we?
Well, we're not going to go. I've got a couple of English jokes, but I don't think I should do that, considering it could be a bit of trouble with our authority that runs broadcast. So we won't worry about that. But let's just say that 38 degrees. I'll tell you what, I'd love it to be 38 here at the moment. I'd rather it warm and sitting inside rather than be freezing cold. It has been so cold in the morning. Like even the other day, I got there at Siri, what's the temperature? And Siri said, oh, it's 3 degrees. That was 8:30 in the morning. 3 degrees. It's like, what?
Yeah. Well, that's winter for you, which we love because it brings out, well, the middle of winter's the middle of footy season, isn't it? Which we love. But Crago's going to keep us up to date with all the scores throughout the day, throughout the divisions.
Might just run through those games if you like. Rosebud
go
and
for it.
Frankston YCW down at Rosebud. Sorrento hosting Mount Eliza.
Why don't we just recap our tips just quickly?
Frankston YCW and Rosebud.
Yeah, YCW should win that easy.
Sorrento Mount Eliza.
Sorrento. You went Sorrento too, Vossi.
No, I went Mount Eliza.
Oh, did you?
Mount Eliza.
Oh,
Bond Beach and Pines.
Bond Beach with a heavy heart.
Bond Beach as well.
Red Hill, Edith Vale, Aspendale.
Edith Aspen.
Red Hill.
And the Frankston Bombers and Dramana, which will be the big game of the afternoon.
Bombers.
Dramana.
Who's your lock today, Sus?
I think I put it as Mount Eliza.
Okay. Division 2?
And in Division 2, the games today, of course, we're here at Tyabb with Tyabb and Crib Point. Devon Meadows host Somerville.
Devon Meadows, comfortably.
Devon Meadows, I think, will win that.
Master Susovic giving us nothing. DIV2's not up for the president. Devon
Meadows.
Yeah.
Pearsdale and Mornington at Pearsdale.
Oh, Fossey, are you kidding me?
Pearsdale with very little confidence.
Mornington by plenty.
Oh, plenty.
Big call there. Coringle and Rye at Coringle.
But really impressed with how Rye are going.
My lock is Coringle.
Oh, boy.
Sus.
Coringle.
Tyabb and Crib Point, the game born at Battery World, the Mornington match of the day.
Tyabb for me. I love that Crib Point got off the board. They would have got a sugar hit, but I think Tyabb will get over the line today, Vossi.
I think they would have had a fair bit of sugar last Saturday night because they were
a joint would have been humming.
Oh, absolutely. Look, good on them too.
Oh, 100%.
And a great way to do it, Vossi.
After the siren.
Yeah, there was a bit happening in that game apparently, and I've heard that from quite a few people, Sus. A bit happening in that game in terms of how that game finished, but But yeah, no, congratulations, Crib Point, on their win last week. They'll be looking to make it 2 in a row, and both sides obviously, Daz, looking at this as a genuine opportunity to get a win on the board and sing the song at 5 o'clock this afternoon.
It's just a sidetrack though. It's interesting. We're at round 13 and we've had not one umpire reverse a decision based on a crowd call this year. We've heard some chatter this morning amongst the under 19s and the reserves saying, umpires, what about this? Folks, get over it. The umpires aren't going to change their mind, and whatever scores on the scoreboard at the end of the day holds.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else in life you'd try to do 100,000 times, not be able to do it once, and you'd still try to do it. But arguing with umpires will be around forever. For Crib Point, Cooper Wiskin was their best on ground last week, was he? Had about 28 touches, I think, and dominated. And Corey Buchan down back last week, 30 touches, 8 rebounds and 7 marks. So these two sides will be looking
of Jared
for...
Sass.
Oh, right, yeah.
Boys, a couple other games just to tie up. Lang Warren, Seaford.
Lang Warren.
Lang Warren,
Langy.
Yeah,
Langy. And then the final game is Hastings hosting Chelsea.
I locked Chelsea with some confidence.
Yeah, well, I did Chelsea a couple of weeks ago against Devon Meadows. Look how that worked out. Chelsea should win. It's just too important. For
Chelsea
them
by
to
plenty.
drop. Going back to Cooper Wiskin for a minute. That's a Wiskin name's been associated with Crib Point for a long time. I noticed there's a couple of them out there. Giles, another one out there this afternoon on their list. Warwick Miller's playing for Crib Point this afternoon.
Kicked 3-2 last week, so he'll be one to watch when the ball goes forward, but nearly ready for the first bounce. Vossi, your time to shine, my friend.
All right, underway for the two bottom side in Division 2. It's two sides desperate for a win. Will it be Tyabb? Will it be Crib Point? The ball goes up, and the quick kick out of the centre there for Tyabb towards half forward through Corey Buchan. It went up towards half forward. Crib Point defence just trying to clear, but there's a quick kick inside. It was by Matt McLennan towards full forward. Tackle applied. The umpire says I'm going to ball it up. In fact, it is a ball up, I think. Yes, It is. Says the umpire. Throw up by the umpire once again. Into attack. And a quick snap. And a goal kicked by Brock Regan. A goal for Tyabb inside the first 45 seconds of play. They are 1 straight 6, and Crib Point are yet to score. Premier Traditional Home scoreboard.
Pretty easy, pretty easy, poor condition football there. Just a quick clearance. It wasn't with any sort of dare or dash. It was just taking territory, wasn't it? And that's a really classy finish as well. So a good start for Tyabb and Crib Point. If they were a little bit off after last week, Vossi, that should pretty much snap them back into focus, I reckon.
Just got to be aware. Don't want to concede a $4 or $5 lead at quarter time. But a perfect start, nevertheless. There's a tackle applied on Luke Oborn for Crib Point. The umpire's letting play go on. Still letting play go on. Ball comes out. A chance for Tyabb to get it once again, and they can go forward towards half forward. The ball will trickle towards the boundary line and goes over. Player who kicked that one, I think, was Jake Anderson. And the ball went over the line for a boundary throw-in.
Just getting sucked into the contest a little bit here, Crib Point. They had an extra on the outside, Tyabb, but early stages, and it didn't punish them too much.
Boundary umpire throws the ball back into play. Cribby with the clearance down towards half forward. The mark has been taken by Ethan Raleigh, who plays on. Gets it towards his teammate there in Buchan. Jarrett it was. Towards half forward, no mark taken. Tyabb looking good early. They're pumping that ball inside attacking 50, but Crib Point up to the task and clear out towards defensive 50. An opportunity for them to go down the line. A 2-on-2 contest down there, or 1-on-1, and then the 2-on-2 came at the back there, but the ball actually went over the top and over the line for a boundary throw-in.
That was a really clean exit by Crib Point. They'll be really happy with that. They had an outnumber on that far side, but held strong and came in board. But I like the fact that both teams are going corridor first and then spreading wide. Vossi, they've still got structure forward of the ball regardless of the conditions because it's not raining yet.
On radio.
And welcome to our radio listeners. So we're at Tyabb this afternoon at the Bungai Reserve. Hope you can stay with us right throughout the afternoon. As Tyabb look to go forward, they go towards half forward off the pack. Quick possession there for Crib Point towards the centre of the ground. They get the hand pass and now they can go forward with a quick kick towards half forward. going up there on that occasion was Archie Shepherd. Couldn't take the mark, but he butters up. He kicks it out. It gives his forward an opportunity to run onto the ball, but the ball will actually beat him to the line, I think, and has beaten him to the line and goes over for a boundary throw-in. So both sides with the opportunity here to really just play some attacking football, and knowing that the other side will be just as keen to do it as well. So we might see two sides really wanting to throw the ball forward, but whether they've got the skill to kick 15, 16 goals remains to be seen. There's a quick kick. Mark dropped by Neil Clark on the right foot, a snap, but goal, Brad Arnold off target. And through for a behind. Crib Point first score. 4 minutes in the opening quarter. Cribby are one behind, Crib Point are one behind, and Tyabb are 1 straight 6. Premier Traditional Home scoreboard, and AFL update, Grego?
Yeah, just for Premier Traditional Homes, Hawthorn 4 straight 24, Kangaroos 1 behind, and Sydney Swans 4-2-26, Crows 1 goal 6.
Holding the ball decision. I like that score though. At the moment, Daz.
Yeah, great start for the Hawks. That's an even better tackle too. That was outstanding. That's a good mark too. He's had a really good start.
He does pay that.
Jake Anderson.
I was just looking there. I didn't think he was going to pay that. And it's like he hasn't blown the whistle or anything there. Jake Anderson went with the kick. Mark taken by Darcy Sawyer in the middle of the ground for Tyabb. He gets it back,
Great
but
tackle.
now turns it over. And now an opportunity for the player there in Rutherford going down now towards full forward. The mark has been taken in the forward pocket. In actual fact, it's been taken by Neil Clark. And so an opportunity for Crib Point's first goal.
Both teams are looking really, really good once they get forward of the ball, aren't they, Vossi? Both defences are under the pump at the moment, but, geez, you've got to take your chances early in this game, especially since we think the conditions aren't going to get a whole lot better.
So Neil Clark has a shot. He misses. 2 behinds, 2 points, Crib Point, and Tyabb 1 straight 6. We played 5.5 minutes in the opening quarter.
Your favourite part of footy, Vossi, isn't it? The poor goal kicking.
Yeah, well, they've had two opportunities. Brad Arnold had a real golden one. Neil Clark had a bit of an angled shot, but both genuine opportunities to score a goal, but not to be. Mark taken by Lachlan Cox from the kick in for Tyabb at right half back in front of where the Crib Point interchange bench are congregating this afternoon. There's a hand pass back into trouble. An opportunity here for Shepherd for Crib Point. He lost control. Still an opportunity. Was that a tackle without the ball? The umpire said no. Hand pass by Shepherd. Picked up.
Oh, well done.
By Wiskin, and he was tackled and holding the ball decision. And a free kick going to go here to Tyabb at centre half back. They go out towards centre wing. The mark has been taken by Jake Anderson, and that's the second time he's done that, and the umpire's allowed him to do it both times, and that's put his hands in the back of his opponent. Just give a slight little nudge there, Daz.
Yeah, just a slight nudge, wasn't it? That's his 4th kick, I think, for Anderson. All of them are coming back into the corridor, so Crib Point have got to look out for that.
Quick kick towards half forward for Tyabb, but Crib Point will clear, and they go towards half back, maybe a bit further than that now. An opportunity for Cribby to go forward. Oh, here's a big chance, a massive chance. 40 metres out from goal. Could have run on there, and now just chip the ball over. The mark will be taken by Warwick Miller, who'll go from 25 metres. And Warwick Miller, well, in his time at Mornington and Rhodes, but didn't kick many goals. What'd you say, kicked 3 last week?
Yeah, kicked 3-2 last week, so it could have been a big day. And I'm not 100% sure how he just had all those oodles of space, but there was no one near him. Interesting if he doesn't put this one through, because his teammate was on a better angle, even if he was 10 metres further out.
A little bit of an angle, but still, that's
no.
a shocker. That is a shocker. He kicked that into the man on the mark, and he didn't even make the distance from 25 metres. That is poor Warwick Miller. You're better than that.
He is better than that, Vossi, spot on. But again, they're going central, Tyabb, and now working their way to the outside of the contest. They're wanting to stretch this ground. They know the conditions well, of course.
So Tyabb taking the ball down towards half forward, but Crib Point will bring the ball back.
That's a big hit. He's still down, that Tyabb player, far side of the ground.
Cooper Wiskin, I think it is, with the ball out there on far side of the ground, scoreboard side. Quick kick towards half forward, drop short. Mark taken by Ethan Raleigh.
Just feeling each other out here, these two sides, but you can clearly tell that Tyabb's first, their instinct is to go inboard first, outside second. That's a poorer kick inside 50, of course, but
Will Hose is the man who Very good young player, very good player against Royal in the season when we had Rye down there on Good Friday it was. Earlier in the season, there's a kick out towards centre wing. Mark is taken there on this occasion. It's taken by Chris Harris, who's got it. He goes in short. Mark taken by Darcy Sawyer. They went to half forward, but the mark has been taken there by Lee Sheehan for Crib Point.
They're doing everything right, Tyabb, bar hitting the target at half forward. Oh, that's a big tackle.
You get that thump, you could hear it. Umpire Andrew Shields there with the ball. He was doing a shift at the place I was at last night, and he was hiding last night. Shields, I didn't get a chance to talk to him last night.
I like it. Good tackle. The tackling's been supreme from Tyabb to start this game.
Let him play football, Shieldsy. Let him play football. He'll listen to this and he'll have a laugh with me later in the week when he hears that. That's all right. Boundary umpire throws the ball back into play. Knocked down by Sawyer. Picked up, or went to pick it up, was Buchan. Corey, but now long kick by Miles Shepherd. It was towards full forward. A good strong mark taken by Warwick Miller.
He's had a sider already, Vossi. He's got to do everything but kick it into the man on the mark to improve on his last kick.
He'll kick from 35 metres this time.
Fantastic hands. Used his body really well. Kept front position, and not a lot the defender can do there, Vossi, bar chop his arms.
So he's had the cider.
Yep, that's better. Beautiful.
He's got the mulligan, if you like. He's put through the goal. Crib Pointer in front there. 1-2-8. And Tyabb are 1 straight 6, I believe it is.
Yeah, I think.
That's not. That's Tyabb kicked 1, and that's Crib Point's first goal. So it's 1-2-1 straight, I believe.
It is a good start too. Again, the ball movement's been really good, and like we said, Tyabb, they've got to clean up their disposal once they get to half forward, because the defensive third of the ground, if you like, even at half back, they are dominating at the moment. So they've got to clean it up, but good start, Crib Point.
Crago, you got any local football updates?
Yeah, Frankston Bombers, a couple of early goals over Dramana, leading 13-6. Pond Beach leading Pines 13-2. Sorrento an early goal over Mount Eliza, 1 behind, 6-1 there. And Rosebud an early goal over YCW. In Division 2, Karingal 2 behinds leading Rye at the moment, and that's the only scores that we have through at the moment for Premier Traditional Homes.
We'll get some Division 2 updates off you shortly. Here at Bungai Reserve, live here this afternoon. Thanks to all of our wonderful sponsors. Jones Lapino, to Bendigo Bank, to Bridgestone, yeah, to Premier Traditional Homes. There's so many wonderful sponsors of RPPFM, and we do thank them for their wonderful support.
Icon Sports, of course.
We do.
Yeah.
If you're making me look half decent, you're doing really well, so they're looking after us really well. I'll tell you what was great to see, something you don't see a lot in footy. So Cooper Wiskin just down here, along with Lee Sheehan, both said a massive thank you to the water girls who handed over their water bottle. That level of respect for a footy club is really good to see, something you don't see a lot of. So that's pretty impressive from those two young boys. They're trying to get on the ground, a bit like Andy Brayshaw last night. The ball's stuck on the other end, and they're spending a bit too long on the pine, I reckon. I think Crib Point will want to get them on ASAP, but they're out here, Vossi. Well, they were.
Good tackle applied.
It's been fairly willing, hasn't it, boys? First up.
Yeah, it has. I'll tell you what makes me laugh is when you sell your teammate in trouble with a handball and you think it's fixed with just a hand up and an apology. Your poor teammate's been driven into the ground, and you basically sold him into it. Oh, boy. Got to be better than that, I would have thought.
Quick kick for Tyabb out of the pack towards half forward. Take it away, though, for Crib Point, and they bring the ball back towards half forward. Looking there for a teammate who couldn't get it there in Luke Oborn it was. Now they can go back Tyabb towards half forward where it started. Leading out for the ball. And now quick kick which is smothered off the boot. Tyabb just got to try and hold it in here at centre half forward, but the quick kick out there by the player there, and Ollie Steenhold it was, who goes out towards centre wing. 2-on-2 contest out there. Good tackle applied on Harris there for Tyabb, and umpire Shield says that is my ball.
Did that really well. He had a 2-on-1. Both tacklers had to go to him, of course. Just had to lock the ball in, and he did. They still haven't hit a target at half forward here, Tyabb, but everything else is looking okay.
Hawthorn man too is Andrew Shields, the umpire. So,
Oh, good man too.
good man Shields. He balls it up once again.
Very vocal down here on the bench, which we like. Can't tell me these two teams aren't invested in this game.
Yeah, both sides desperate to sing that song. And
That's a really good handball. Oh, just couldn't pick it up. But both teams want to put them. Both teams are looking for space, Vossi.
Kevin Vandenberg run into a brick wall there, and the umpire says I'm going to ball it up.
He's had a good start. He's had a couple of hit-outs. Wasn't involved in that contest, but both of his hit-outs have gone to advantage, so he's had a good start.
Picked up by Corey Buchan, who goes for a kick towards half forward.
Oh, yeah, good
Leading
tap.
out and getting the ball on the right foot was the player there in Kyle Hurlston, who had a good game against Ryler in the season from memory. He turned that over, though, and the mark has been taken there for Crib Point, and they can clear. They're between fullback and centre half back. Short pass, the mark has been taken. They go around the scoreboard side of the ground. Going down there towards Brad Arnold. Was that a free kick? No, said the umpire. Oborn picked the ball up, a hand pass. He was looking there for his teammate there in Bennett. He was looking for, but Tyabb will bring the ball. Well, they try to bring the ball inward, but it's turned over. And Crib Point with a quick kick down towards centre half forward. No mark taken. Ball on the ground. A hand pass towards Ethan Raleigh, and he goes with a chip kick out towards Hurlston, who takes the mark. Deep in the right back pocket. Actually more towards right half back flank.
He's worked really hard. He was the one at half forward. He unfortunately turned the ball over, but now at half back, really, really good work rate.
Hurlston goes long with a kick towards centre wing. There was a hold in there. The umpire said, no, continue to play on, boys.
I like it.
And whistle blown.
Yeah, good decision. Off to a ripping start, the whistleblowers.
The men in green.
Oh, that's a shank. Absolute shank. Couldn't have come off more off his instep if he tried, Vossi.
Connor Perry is the man who takes the mark. He gets it out towards his teammate there in Shepherd, who goes towards half forward. Mark taken. Now Shepherd runs on. He's 40 out. He runs towards the boundary. He's running out of room. He goes to the snap towards goal, and that is going to be a better result than what I thought. I actually thought I was about to say that is a terrible kick. It was out of bounds in the full. It didn't miss by much in the end, but it went through for a behind. So 1-3-9 plays 1 straight 6. Margin is 3 points. Crib Point in front. We are 16 minutes in the opening quarter.
That's gone. Absolutely. How good's the tackling been so far, Vossi? It's been outstanding.
Yeah, no way these two sides are going to give this away easily this afternoon. That is for sure.
Warwick Miller is an offensive force on his own at the moment for Crib Point.
Got an opportunity tucked up in the pocket.
Clever.
Short pass, and the mark has been taken by Neil Clark.
Can't buy footy IQ, can you? That was really good. Could have swung around on his left foot and had probably a 5% shot. Set up his teammate. Love that unselfishness. Tyabb defensively there, just falling down a little. They didn't have a lot of players spreading from that stoppage, did they, Vossi? Opened up some pockets of space. Big opportunity here.
Massive opportunity for Neil Clark. About where he had his first shot from. Ooh. And he misses to that right side again. So he's had 2 shots for 2 points. 1-14 Crib Point, 1 straight 6 Tyabb. 17 minutes in the opening quarter.
Opens up the philosophical question, doesn't it, Vossi? How many times do you miss to the right before you aim left?
Yeah, that's definitely true. 31-2 is the score in favour of Hawthorn in the game against North Melbourne. The Battle of Hobart this afternoon.
Beautiful.
Somerville have kicked 3 goals too. Opening up against Devon Meadows, 1 behind.
Jeepers.
Karinga 2 behinds ahead of Rye, and that's the update for the moment from DIV2.
Beautiful, thank you, Craigo.
Ball right in front of us, hand pass out, but only ends up as far as Mayer it was here for Tyabb. There's a quick kick which was smothered. Players still going in very, very hard. A quick kick towards half forward. Good mark.
Oh, they're out.
Gets it and goes. Does Watson for Tyabb. He goes towards half forward. In fact, between centre half forward and full forward, it was a beautiful kick. It just hit Brad Williams out. He just ran back. He didn't miss a stride. He took it full stride. Mark taken directly in front, and he'll kick from 30 metres out directly in front.
Hey, how easy is this game when you can hit targets forward to centre? Unreal pass it was. So he comes in and puts it through. Wasn't the prettiest kick.
Doesn't say.
That's a very good point, Vossi. It doesn't go in the scorebook as an ugly kick, does it?
Yeah.
Just goes through the goal. I think Crib Point's coaching staff are going to be asking the same question. How did they have 2 men spare forward of the ball? Defensive structure's fallen down, Vossi. It's cancerous in this game.
Dare I say it, the side that probably makes less mistakes today. Both sides will have a crack, but the side that makes less mistakes will be the side that probably wins the game.
Yeah, the ball skills might be a little bit typical of the conditions first and maybe their positions on the ladder second, but geez, you can't doubt the endeavour and the intensity of this game. It's been fantastic.
Ball smothered off Cooper Wiskin's boot. The ball will come back the way of Crib Point, and they will go with a quick kick.
But that went about 4 metres.
Yeah, it wasn't the greatest kick on that occasion by Connor Perry. Now they go inside attacking 50. Off the pack. A quick kick at goal. Oh, Clark probably could have left that go. That might have gone over his head, dare I say, for a goal, but he went to the mark and he dropped it. Now it's been swept through for a point. 1-5 plays 2 straight.
I'll give him an out, Vossi. I think it was touched off the boot, or it definitely looked like it from our angle, but Cooper Wiskin, really good there. But how good's Miles Shepherd's start been, by the way? He's been everywhere.
Yeah, he's getting his hands on it, that is for sure.
Tell you what, it's a good day to get the meat tray today. Let me tell you, he'll be cooking up a storm Saturday night, bit cold. Put the footy on later tonight, Vossi, and settle in for a good night. So there'll be plenty of players wanting the meat tray. It's going to be pretty difficult to find a mark of the day, I reckon, but it only takes one, as they say.
It does indeed. So, boundary umpire to throw the ball back into play. It's knocked down by Oborn. They've got the chance to go forward here, Crib Point, and they do towards full forward off the pack. Overrunning the ball there on that occasion was Brad Arnold. Now, Tyabb looking to try and clear. They're under the pressure here. The ball at the top of the Crib Point goal square. And the umpire says, I'm going to ball it up. They could have almost given away the free kick there, Tyabb.
Yeah, got away with one there, didn't they? But they're circling like sharks. They've got the momentum at the moment. Crib Point had all of the last 3 clearances, and they've all led to inside 50. So they need to make rain. They need to, score from here, of course.
Make hay while the sun shines.
That's what I was looking for, Vossi, and then I just, let's be honest, panicked.
AJ wouldn't have given you that, would he?
No, I don't think so. But the great man's not here. We're hoping he's all right. In the spare room he described as prison-like. If his beautiful better half is listening, that's how he's describing it. In the middle.
And a very happy week for the family too, and the son's now found his voice. We heard AJ say this morning.
Yeah, he had the grommet surgery, didn't he? But Tyabb, another turnover. That's a fantastic tackle. Fantastic tackle. Not for the first time today, Vossi, as we know. No Tyabb Ruckman there. That was interesting.
Yeah, just allowed to go up uncontested there for Crib Point. Quick kick to half forward. And it's going to get locked up once again. So we've played nearly 22 minutes in the opening quarter. Only probably a couple of minutes to go, you'd suspect, in the first quarter of this game that is second bottom versus bottom. Quick kick towards the centre of the ground, drop short. An opportunity for Raleigh to come through. A high kick. It was, in fact, it wasn't Raleigh. It was Jared Buck, and it was. He went to full forward. Still a chance for time. I think they might have given away the free kick, or have they got it? I thought they've given away the free kick. As it was, they're getting a free kick directly in front of goal. And the player going back will be Kyle Hurlston, who will go back, and a chance for his first goal. He's a bit further out than what his teammate was before.
His work rate's been top-notch this quarter. He's been half back, half forward. He's started on the wing. This would be good reward for good effort.
There's a chance for a goal, and he's missed.
Just pushed it right.
He was excited. I think it was wishful thinking. He tried to con the goal umpire, but the goal umpire was a weight to it.
Yeah, you got to kick it in, Vossi, not wish it in on like he did on that occasion.
2-1-13 Tyabb, 1-5-11 Crib Point.
The range just starting to come down as well, so I agree with Vossi. It's going to be the team that makes the least amount of mistakes. I'm not sure pushing the ball. Hey! I'm not sure pushing the ball out to the flanks is the go here, but it's all about territory, Vossi.
If you just look at the shots at goal, Crib Point should be in front. They've missed probably 3 real gettable opportunities. And,
of course, Warwick Miller kicking into the man on the mark earlier as well, and I know he made up for it, but a bit like Noah Bolter last night, that's inexcusable. Different reason for Noah, of course, but we digress.
Must have been the name Noah, because Noah Cumberland last night. Boy.
Yeah, if you need someone to stuff up a game of footy, I know a guy. You could say Vossi.
Wow.
No, I'm pretty happy with that. Yeah, I'm going to ride that for the next 2 quarters, I reckon. This ball's going to go out.
Frago, you got any updates for us?
Yeah, just in Div1, Frankston YCW 2-6-18, Rosebud 2-12, goal apiece and a behind apiece at Sorrento, 7 each there. Bond Beach 20 to Pines 4 behinds. Frankston Bombers 6-4-40, Dramana 3 straight 18. So Bombers certainly starting the better of the two there, and we'll go to Div2, get some early scores there. Somerville still lead Devon Meadows 18, Devon Meadows 1 behind. Pearcedale 20, Mornington 1 behind. Coringal 22, Rye 1 behind. Langwarren 19, Seaford 6, and haven't got a score through from Hastings and Chelsea yet.
Thank you, Crago. 3-point lead to Tyabb. They just had one rush through. I know we've talked about poor goal kicking in the past, Vossi, but is there anything more infuriating than someone taking their 30 seconds, lining up and not making the distance by a good 5 metres? It's got to be frustrating as a forward.
Yeah, especially if you've got the opportunity to maybe hit a target up. 3 points the margin.
Spot on, 25 gone, so there's not going to be long left.
So 14-11 in favour of Tyabb. Won't be long to go. It's already had nearly 6 minutes of time on in the opening quarter. And dare I say it, the timekeeper's gone to sleep up there, because I would have thought that the siren might have already sounded for quarter time by now, but not to be. We still continue on.
Yeah, been a lot of stoppages, but I agree with you. There haven't really been, it hasn't been a goal fest, of course, with only the 3 being kicked. So the delays in game have been pretty short and sharp, so not long left. But if Tyabb...
That's a good mark.
That is a fantastic grab. I was going to say, if Tyabb can grab one late, that would be an outstanding way to finish the quarter, and right on cue.
There's your mark. There's your mark of the day.
Yeah,
right
it only
there.
takes one, exactly. Good luck stopping that.
And is that Kyle Helston with the ball?
Surely not. The man's been everywhere. You can't clone a footy player, can you, Vossi? And just, there you go, on the siren.
They said, no, Vossi, we're not asleep. We just kept that going until we saw a mark.
Yeah, that's it. We needed a highlight at the end of the quarter. Now, he's already had a sider, of course, and he pushed it right. So inside the left goal post is what he's going to need to do. And he has. That's a fantastic finish on the siren. And just reward Vossi, because the last 4 minutes of that quarter, they had the best of it.
That was Kyle Helston, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. And the old scoreboard's changing the score for Crib Point there, which is interesting, because that's not who kicked the goal. We truly believe it's 3-2-20, Tyabb 1-5-11, Crib Point, and they'll take a 9-point lead in the quarter time. Vossi.
We'll take a break. You're listening and watching RPFM.
Everyone knows Australia has 4 big banks, but the 5th biggest retail bank is snapping at their heels. It's a bank that's been around for over 160 years, can be found in over 500 locations nationwide, looks after over 1.8 million customers, and is regularly voted one of the most trusted brands out of all the thousands of brands in Australia. Who is this fantastic number 5? It's Bendigo Bank. The better big bank.
More and more people with a taste for quality are shopping at Eliza Meats. Kevin and his lean team pride themselves on the finest cuts, from juicy steaks and roasts to high-grade mince and sausages. And Eliza Meats are the gourmet specialists. Inquire about Eliza Meats Spit Hire. Phone 9787 4473 for a mouth-watering meal fit for a king. It's all at Eliza Meats. See our sponsor Kevin at Eliza Meats, 112B Mount Eliza Way, a station sponsor.
Need your property painted, but you don't want to just trust any painter with your asset? Give Wow Factor Painting Solutions a call. We're based on the Mornington Peninsula and specialise in high-quality painting solutions. We are proud members of the Master Painters Victoria and the Dulux Accredited Program. For a free quotation, visit wowfactorps.com.au or call 0475 448 285. Wow Factor Painting Solutions, a station sponsor.
Battery World now open in Mornington.
We know batteries. We know our 75 D23Ls from our DIN 65 LHs. And we know which is best for you. We have the range and a spark no one else can match, because we live and breathe batteries. Those beautiful boxes and cylinders that power our lives and our passions. That's why we're the batteryologists. We're Battery World.
Battery World Shop 1, 43 Mornington Tyabb Road, Mornington.
At SJS Accounting Strategies in Mornington, our mission is a simple one: to make running your business easier. To get money-related challenges out of the way so you can focus on growing your business. It doesn't matter which business sector you're from, our commitment to helping you grow will be exactly the same. Why? Because our team loves helping businesses achieve their goals. Contact SJS Accounting on 5975 0488 or visit www.sjsaccountingstrategies.com.au. A station sponsor.
Dreaming of a cold beer poured straight from the tap? Tar Barrel Brewery and Distillery, located on Watt Road in Mornington, is open Wednesday to Sunday, offering craft beers and spirits produced on site, with local wines and cocktails also available. Come down and enjoy one of their famous wood-fired pizzas in the beer garden. A local taste experience. Tar Barrel Brewery and Distillery, the spirit of local. tarbarrel.com.au, a station sponsor.
Here at Bridgestone Select, it's our job to keep you moving with the right advice,
a great range of products and service you can count on. So when it comes to tyres, when it comes to auto care,
come to Bridgestone Select for service that moves you.
Bridgestone Select.
Jones Lapino Real Estate, located on Wilsons Road, are Mornington Peninsula's boutique real estate professionals, offering premium service in sales, auctions, investment property management and holiday leasing across the Mornington Peninsula. Contact Jones Lapino for the very best in client experience on 5975 5593 or visit joneslapino.com.au, a station sponsor. Established in 1988, Progress Signs has been servicing the local community for 30 years. Located on the Mornington Peninsula, they are the #1 destination for all your signage needs, specialising in a variety of signage from vehicles to shop fronts, occasional and corporate events, short-term, long-term and everything in between. If it's signs you need, be it large or small, Progress Signs is the place to call. Available 24/7 at progress-signs.com.au or call the team on 5975 9188. Thinking signs? Think Progress Signs, a station sponsor.
We're watching the clash between Tyabb and Crib Point this afternoon. Boys, just before we go back to the action, just quickly in the AFL, 8-goal first quarter to Hawthorn, 8-3-51 lead North Melbourne to 4 behinds, and the Sydney Swans doing a number on the Crows into the second quarter, 10-3-63 to the Crows, 2-3-15. I don't think we've got any further updates on those scores we gave you from the local games. think they're all where they were. We might have had an updated score, though, Fossey through from one of the Division 2 games, where I think we got that score through as soon as it updates for me. Somerville 32, Devon Meadows 15 now. Pearsdale 27, Mornington 11. Karingal 46, Rye 1 behind. Langwarrin 19, Seaford 8. Still no score through from that Chelsea and Hastings game.
Vossie's feeling good about locking Karingal at the moment. He's flying, but good game of footy this one, Vossie. 9 points the margin. There's a young fella with a footy in front of us. He'd probably want to jump off the ground because the second quarter's about to start. But
more importantly, get the dog off the ground.
Yeah, you're not wrong, Vossie. It really is local footy after all, isn't it? But 9-point lead for Tyabb. Second quarter. Let's go.
All right, umpire Shields with the ball. Just waiting to, I don't know who he's talking to there. He's just making sure that things are talking to his other umpire, getting people off the ground maybe. There's who Andrew Shields is out there talking to, and umpire Shields throws the ball up. He's a happy hawker, is umpire Shields. For that reason, he's a good man. So he's a good man genuinely. Threw that ball up. Tyabb have got a 9-point lead in the opening quarter. Start of the second quarter, and Crib Point go forward towards half forward.
Great hands.
That is beautiful hands, considering the ball might be just starting to get a little bit greasy out there. Mark Tate for Crib Point. They go inside attacking 50, but getting the ball and going out towards half-back with the kick was Corey Buchan, who goes out towards the half-back line. And the kick went over for a boundary throw-in. Brad Williams couldn't take the mark. Ball goes over. Just defensive side of centre there, or centre wing there for Tyabb, who are leading by 9 points in the opening quarter.
Got to wonder how long the dry footy tactics take hold of both teams. They've both looked to go corridor central, which we like, but at some point, this has got to be a territory battle. Can't wait to find out. Going to get another ball up here, Vossie.
Indeed we are. So throw up by umpire Shields once again.
Bit of a lull compared to the first quarter. We had a clearance inside 50 and a good look at a score pretty early on, but the ball probably has moved a total of 20 metres in the last couple of minutes.
Both sides have got a genuine desire to try and win this game. YCW a little bit off line there, Crago, with their scoring.
Yeah, 3-7-25. It's not the usual standard for YCW, is it?
2 straight 12 rosebuds, so they're in front, but they should be, they should be further in front in that game.
Yeah, could have borderline put that game away already. The ball...
If you'd allowed me to lock YCW, I could have locked them.
Oh, well, yeah. You've already locked the top team once, Vossie. It was one of the more disgraceful things I've seen in my time in football. It's not as bad as President Zasovic tipping against Langwarrin until they lose, but I think I scared him into that because he's actually gone Langwarrin over Seaford today. And it looks like a good decision so far, but this ball's finally moving.
The ball goes towards the line and it goes over, I think, for a boundary throwing. Mentioned this morning, Daz, in regards to some of the sides have got tough runs home, like Somerville, Seaford. We went through all the teams that got the run-ins, like the teams that are sitting probably 4th and below. There's some tough runs in for those sides to try and get to the finals.
Yeah, well, we said it. I think we brought it to the table probably 2 weeks ago that the ladder for 2nd through 7th in both divisions is basically wiped now. You almost need a form ladder. That's a fantastic mark too, by the way.
Will Hose, the young gun.
Rudely interrupting us while we're trying to have this conversation. No, that's a fantastic grab. Now, there's been... unless he's going to pass this off. No, he's played on, so I'll let this play out.
That's a good kick. Oh, an opportunity back there. The player going up there was Mark Bannum, who had the sit. He dropped the mark, and the ball gets swept through for a behind. So Tyabb up to 3-3-21. Crib Point stay at 1 goal, 5-11. Kick out towards half-back, right in front of where we're broadcasting this afternoon. Crib Point with the opportunity to go. A quick kick was probably just smothered a little bit, but still enables them to go forward. Brad Arnold's got it. He goes to the kick towards centre half forward. Beautiful kick. Long way out, but they've got an opportunity here, and I think that might be Neil Clark with the ball.
Yeah, I think you might be right. Lee Sheehan can consider himself lucky there. Probably should have given the handball Vossi 3 or 4 seconds before he went in the kick. It was smothered, but they had the numbers. Big kick, this one. Neil Clark it is. Confident run up too. He's got to aim this a little bit left. We've seen balls go to the right.
Has the shot.
Hasn't made the distance.
Going to drop short. And Tyabb looking to try and clear, and they will get the ball out of trouble. The mark has been taken by Brock Regan. It gets there and can go towards the half-back line. Yeah, they go down the scoreboard side of the ground. A kick towards centre wing. Mark has been taken. Karingle's problem, they went from 7th to 4th last week by winning, but their percentage is their problem.
Yeah.
But they're 52-1 in front today, so their percentage is going to, if that sort of form continues, their percentage is going to get a little bit of a boost this afternoon.
Yeah, spot on. That's a fantastic tackle at half forward too. Conceded the throw. That's a really poor kick though. We knew what the idea was. He had a player out on a lead, but didn't put any air into the ball at all, Vossi.
Nick Rutherford
that's 50.
Is the man in the back pocket who's offering a lead, but they can go further down because they've got a 50-metre penalty.
I think the man on the mark was just edging closer and closer. Vossi, as we know, the stand rule, can't afford to move, and they've played on quickly. That's a nice kick.
Yeah, just lacking that final kick inside attacking 50 at the moment at Crib Point. Now they can go inside. That's a scrubber of a kick. That is a very, very poor kick in actual fact. Ball at centre half forward. Players dive in. Umpire letting play go on. Ball does fall free and rush towards the line and has gone over there, and it was by the player. It might have been by, it could have been by Buchan down there. Ball's gone over the line for a one behind, I should say. So 1-6-12 Crib Point, 3-3-21 Tyabb. We've played 6 minutes in the second quarter. We're live here at the Bungayan Reserve. Hope you can stay with us right throughout the afternoon. And minus AJ King this afternoon, who's home probably sitting there having a nice lunch. Maybe a nice froth or two.
Yeah, he's probably listening to us going, it's a bit cold, bit wet. He might have picked a good week to get it, Vossi, but I'll tell you what, the endeavour, the intensity of this game has been first class. Both
Probably
these
got
teams.
one of his staff to bring him lunch.
Yeah, he's masked butler or something that the great man's got on rotation.
Well, actually, it's funny you should say that. You've actually given a bit of an insight there. Wasn't his missus' name? Wasn't her maiden name Butler? I think I do remember. I think her maiden name was Butler. So there you go.
There you go.
He might have his own Butler.
He might. He definitely might. Absolutely, great man. We're hoping he's okay, as we know. COVID pretty rife at the moment, so we're hoping he and anyone else that's tested positive is okay, as well as their families.
Yeah, my niece just got it, which and this is the second time she's had it.
Ooh, there you go.
And she's focusing on other things in her life, like trying to hopefully down the track have a baby, of course, but not a good start to the year. And her husband just had it as well, so. Horrible thing. And
there you go. So this is the third ball up in a row, Vossi. We know what that means. There's going to be a free kick paid somewhere, you'd think, just to break this up. Or Tyabb can clear.
There's a quick kick out towards
no one.
Half back. The mark has been taken. It's been taken there by Connor Perry. He's
had some good moments.
He's had a few touches. He probably just hasn't quite used the ball as well as what he needs to. Ball still at centre half forward here for Crib Point. They've just got to try and lock it in there. Neil Clark with some good defending. And
professional rush. I like it.
The ball's gone through for a behind. So 1 goal, 7-13, plays 3-3-21. And that is on the Premier Traditional Home scoreboard.
The ball's gone out of bounds through. I do feel for Crib Point in a sense, because I think that's the fourth rush behind. Second of the quarter, 1 goal. So they have missed some chances, as we've said. The 2 or 3 in that right forward pocket. But they're flooding the goals here as the car horns are echoing in the background.
It's being played down at Crib Point's end at the moment.
They've been really solid in defence, though, Tyabb. They just can't seem to hit a target forward of the ball. That's a good mark. Man on the lead coming out here at half forward. That's a good pickup by Hose too. Great hands.
He's a good player, Will Hose. He gets it off towards his teammate. Now they go in short. And looking there for Harry Jones, who drops the mark. Crib Point arrived to try and get the ball out of trouble. Trying to pick the ball up there on that occasion was Cooper Wiskin.
Oh, well
There's a
done.
hand pass, and now the long kick to come from John Watson. It was to Tyabb towards full forward. Over the back. Here's an opportunity into the open goal, and bang! Samuel Myers put through his first goal, and that's Tyabb's fourth. 4-3-27, much against the run of play. Crib Point 1-7-13, we played 10 minutes.
Get to Mac McLennan right after that. He was the man down here who dove over the football, allowed a teammate to go over, found a teammate in space, led to that goal. That was outstanding here on the half-forward flank. Craigo, have you got an update for us just before we get the next bit of play underway?
Yeah, just in Div 1, YCW 26, Rosebud 12, Madeliza 20, Sorrento 14, Bond Beach 29, Pines 4, Red Hill 40, Edithvale Aspendale 12, Frankston Bombers 38, Dramana 18, and in AFL, current scores there for you. Sees Hawthorn 57, Kangaroos have got a couple of goals, 16, and Sydney Swans 64, Adelaide Crows 27.
There's a big wind at Hobart, Vossi, so don't fret. They'll be defending with all their might, the Hawks, as Crib Point at the moment, because they're going to need to put some goals on the board in this quarter. So try to work their way forward. I think this is going to get balled up.
Two sides low on the ladder days, but when you consider that Hawthorn and North are obviously the two sides in Tassie to play football, but Tassie still want their own side, and they should do. You know, they should have their own side.
Yeah, I agree with you, Vossi. It's should only be a matter of time. We'll find depth. We've talked about drafting footballers over athletes. Fingers crossed that more players who are traditional footy players are getting a role on AFL lists. We've seen the mid-season draft. Collingwood's had 3 play last week. I think they've named 3 this week as well. John Newcomb looks a star. And the Bombers, of course, Sam Durham, Will Snelling, Massimo D'Ambrosio, one of the best names in footy. So fingers crossed we can get more traditional footballers onto lists, and there is some traditional suburban footy going on here. And Tyabb are looking like they've just got all the momentum here, although Crib Point are going to clear. Not 100% sure in a 2-on-1 situation why he wouldn't tackle there, Vossi. Someone's going to need to explain that to me.
There's an opportunity for Crib Point to go forward, and it was a quick kick there by Joel Wiskin. It was.
Well
now
done.
they can go towards the forward pocket, and the mark has been taken. The kick came down from Liam O'Connor, and the mark has been taken by the man who scored the 1 goal on the board for Crib Point this afternoon, and that is Warwick Miller.
He's had a very interesting day so far, Vossi. He's kicked into the man on the mark, dropped a sitter, kicked a set shot goal. He's done a bit of everything. Good, bad and indifferent.
Warwick Miller has the shot.
That's better.
He kept it low. That's a very good kick. He was on a bit of an angle, but he thought that through well, and he put it through. So the second goal on the board for Crib Point, they're up to 2-7-19. Tyabb a 4-3-27. We played 13 minutes. Premier Traditional Home Scoreboard. This is the Battery Order Mornington. There's another Battery Order Mornington match of the day live on RDPFM. Mate, you can stay with us right throughout the afternoon.
Liam O'Connor, how good was that? Just turned, went, knew that he had a teammate out, and most importantly, hit the target, Vossi, which we haven't seen a lot going inside 50, as we know with the conditions. Goals are going to be like nuggets at the moment. Warwick Miller is kicked both for Crib Point.
Considering they've had most of the play in this second quarter, they needed something for their efforts, and they've got it on the board. They might have an opportunity to load up to get another one here.
Jeez, how's that for a handball?
As a hand pass towards Rutherford, who can go towards half forward.
Great
Gets
hands.
it back to give and go to Nick Rutherford, put a goal on the board. It was a shocking kick. It was great play. He followed it up, but he just let himself down with the disposal, and I guess that's what you get when you're a side down towards the bottom of the ladder, and that's the thing that ultimately counts against you, and that's your skill level.
Yeah, he couldn't be more right, Vossi, but the run, the intensity, the dash is good. At some point, they've got to make Tyabb pay here, but once again, they're going to win the clearance, but geez, that's an interesting handball given the conditions. That's going to go out in the full. And Crib Point, providing it wasn't touched, I don't think it was. Quick play on, they're going to come inboard. Oh boy. Crib Point, they've done so many things right. I'm not 100%. Well, there you go. We'll call that 1-1. Bit of kick to kick.
That was marked. It was marked by Tom Wisniewski, who goes in short. Mark has been taken, and it's been taken by Joel Wiskin.
He's had a really good second quarter, Joel Wiskin, too.
Kick towards Matty Bennett, who's got it. He goes out towards centre wing, looking there for a teammate, but the ball will come back Crib Point's way.
Oh, what a tackle.
That is holding the ball. Just went one step too many there. And it was a great tackle from behind there for Tyabb. Short pass, mark taken by Brad Williams, who's got it. Centre of the ground. Looking for options. It's not the highest scoring game, but both sides having a genuine crack this afternoon. 8 points is the margin in the match of the day.
I think someone needs to tell Tyabb that when they're moving the ball forward to centre, they're the ones in the burgundy jumpers. I haven't got the official stat on how many turnovers they've had in their forward half, but you've got to think it's about double digits right now, Vossi.
There's a long kick to centre half forward now. Is that a free kick to Warwick Miller? No, said the umpire.
Great crumb.
He put on a bit of a dive for that one, I think the umpire said, but a great goal off that. And Crib pointed back to within 2 points with that goal.
I think that's Vandenberg there.
And the player running towards the bench. Don't you just hate that? You kick a goal and you run to the bench.
Yeah, it's a bit anticlimactic, isn't it? But a fantastic crumb, and I was going to say as well that they needed someone else up forward. Warwick Miller can't run the show.
You kick a goal and you run to the bench. You don't tell them you're coming up. Stay out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Luke Oborn it was too. He gave us a cheeky grin. I don't think he's happy with it either, Vossi, and I can't say I blame him. Can't be in better form than putting it between the big sticks. They've kicked 3 goals for the game. Only had the 2 goal kickers. One of them sitting on the pine. Make it make sense.
It just doesn't. It just doesn't. And I can remember a night years ago before he was at Hawthorn, Tyrone Vickery kicked I think 2 or 3 in a row. Might have even been against Hawthorn. And he, in like 5 minutes, he kicked 3 goals and then went to the bench.
Yeah, Hawthorn have got a habit of making those sort of B-grade footballers look good, don't they? But
not
anyway.
Him. Not him.
All right. Alrighty, back. Crib Point again. Geez, you can really tell the difference in these sides by who's using the ball better, going from midfield to forward.
Bradley Grove with the ball goes towards half forward, and the mark has been taken between...
They've got an extra tie-up. Crib Point have got to get back. Oh, he's just missed him.
Full forward and centre half forward, but in the right forward pocket.
Sam Meyer, that was really clever. He was the spare man forward, but he knows his teammates got the leg, so he pointed towards the goals, but it's pretty frustrating as a goal kicker when you turn your back on your teammates. You've got to put it through. No one has from this pocket. Forward. And that streak continues.
Out of bounds, so 2 points as a margin. We've played 17 minutes in the second quarter.
They're actually heading further right, Vossi. I don't understand it. The first one was pretty tight. The second one was under pressure. The third one just scraped in for a score, and that's the fourth one that's gone out on the full. Push the ball left, boys. Goodness me.
Pearce still up 46-11, Sus, against Morningston.
Aging really well. That's why Master Susovic has gone quiet. He's filthy at the moment.
He didn't lock Morningston, did he?
No, I don't think so. Man Eliza, I think he locked, but he's got a reputation to uphold, the president of the Peninsula. Doesn't like being wrong. He's not the only one, let me tell you, but we continue.
Tell you what,
hold the ball.
He's been around this week. Like we've seen him in photos with Nicole Kidman. We've seen him on.
He's been at the Coliseum too. I'm actually not convinced he has a home address. I think he just goes where the world takes him.
P. Susovic, no fixed address.
Yeah, that's it. His billing address is just some random PO boxes around Melbourne.
Jared Fisk goes with a kick down towards half forward. Trying to charge through there with the ball, but the ball will come back actually their way, and a hand pass looking there for Brad Arnold. Now quick kick by Wiskin off target. Joel Wiskin through for a behind. He was running into 40 and just missed to the left-hand side. So 3-8-26 at Crib Point, 4-3-27 Tyabb. We've played 19 minutes. Craig, any real changes to those scores?
No, not really. Pearcedale 39-11, as you mentioned. Somerville 32, Devon Meadows 15. In Langwarren 38, Seaford 8. In Div 1, though, Frankston Bombers have kicked a fair bit away from Dramana. 8-6-54 to Dramana's 3 straight 18.
Geez, that'd be a real talking point in the review. If you haven't caught the review, wherever you get your podcasts, RDP FM, and that'll be in there as well as the preview shows, all access to sport once AJ King is up and about. We're wishing the great man well. I'll tell you what else we're wishing. A couple more goals would be good, Vossi, but I like the closeness of the game. Both teams have had momentum. They're not kicking away. Could be in for a good finish here. I know we're not at the end of the first half, but if current trends continue, we're going to get a corker of a finish, which we love.
Both sides just desperate for the opportunity to sing that song at the end of the game, and Crib Point looking to make multiple changes, and the player who scored the goal for them before, and Luke Oborn's coming back onto the ground. He's one of those changes. Ball still in the right forward pocket. The umpire says I'm going to ball it up. Crib Point into attack.
They're going to have 4 changes at once.
I should say Tyabb into attack.
Crib Point, which is interesting. I haven't seen a full bench clean out in a while. Geez, you'd have to be a brave Crib Point player to be running off now, but they've got a couple.
In fact, the umpire's given a free kick out of all that.
Told you, Vossi, once you get 3 in a row, you're going to get one that breaks it up. But I don't know what's a more impossible pocket to kick from, Vossi, this one or the right forward pocket at Adelaide Oval, because you don't see goals kicked out anywhere. And there's the 5th one. 5 of the day that have missed to the right-hand side.
And I reckon one out of bounds on that side as well.
I reckon you'd spot on.
4-4-28 Tyabb, 3-8-26 Crib Point. We're into time on in the second quarter.
Volatile Vossi is righting itself at the moment. Big finish to this second quarter. If Tyabb kick one here, it's probably... Crib Point would probably look at the scoreboard with a big sense of frustration. If Crib Point can get one late, it's probably just reward for the dominance of the quarter, Vossi.
That is true. Tim took the mark, and now they're just a couple of possessions who haven't gained too much distance, but they're at half back. They go down towards centre wing. No mark taken. The ball's actually over the line for a boundary throw-in. 21 minutes played in the second quarter, and what have we had this quarter? We've had 3 goals to 1, so we've had 3 goals scored this quarter. And the first quarter went something like 26 minutes.
Yeah, about that, Vossi, spot on.
So you wouldn't think the quarters would go super long, but that first one surprisingly a little bit longer than what we thought.
Ball getting stuck on the scoreboard side.
Absolutely.
Isn't helping us out too much, Vossi. We could almost have a kick-to-kick on the broadcast wing here. Hasn't had a lot of action at all.
No, it hasn't, but...
it's a bit like dazzling in a nightclub, Vossi, let me tell you. Goodness me, it's not where I do my best work, let me tell you. Geez, that could have been a hold there on Crib Point. Probably lucky to get away with that one, Tyabb.
Yeah, with about... Oh, the Raider boys were out last night. The Super Rules footy boys are out. About 25 of them last night. Obviously, I couldn't go with the Walker, but they all ventured on to...
Oh, quick kick out. It's across the face.
There's an
Brad
opportunity
Arnold's
for
free
them.
here. Geez, I've got to make this count.
There's a snap.
Well done.
And there's a goal.
Clearly, Crib Point didn't want to hear our nightclub stories. They thought they'd give us a bit of action there. It's a fantastic goal. And I'm going to say it again, Vossi, that's just reward for the way they've played in this second quarter. I think they've been the better team for big periods. And a nice finish.
So, all of a sudden, Crib Point back in front just before half-time. 4-8-32, Tyabb 4-4-28.
Matty Bennett's, I think that was, that kicked that goal. He's sort of gave us the same look Luke Oborn did when he came off the ground, a bit in disbelief, Vossi, about coming off the ground after kicking a goal.
Go back coughing up a fur ball, will you, AJ, instead of asking stuff like that?
Oh no, we'll find out what AJ's asked us before we go to the halftime break, I reckon. And
what's the one question he asks me every week?
Oh,
how is?
Oh boy. Oh, there's a free kick here. Gee, that's, as a defender, 2-on-1, late in the second quarter. That's a coach killer. I mean, look, if you're going to give a free kick away on any spot of the ground, this pocket's the place to do it.
So can Jake Anderson put a goal through? We've had so many shots from the right flank and right pocket here at Tyabb this afternoon, and none of them have gone even close.
He was dominant in the first quarter, wasn't he? He's been a bit quieter, but this would sign off on a very good first half. He's a bit closer angle-wise, bit further towards directly in front, but no one's been able to score from that side.
So Jake Anderson has the shot.
Put some height into it. And we finally got one missing to the left, Vossi. We're getting closer.
We are getting closer. 4-5-29 plays 4-8-32. Margin is 3 points. Crib points way. Quick kick out. The player in Miles Shepherd went up, couldn't take the mark. Raleigh a hand pass over the top. He's got his teammate there in Watson. They go in short, and the mark has been taken in the forward pocket. It's been taken by Will Hose.
One thing you can't teach in footy, Vossi's footy IQ. Got his opponent under the ball. He almost fake jumped for the ball or put his hands up, didn't he? But it's going around the corner.
He's down to Stevie J.
He's kicked it, I think. Touched on the line. Jeez, that is a coach killer. Looked confident. Just put no height in the ball at all, Vossi. I'm just starting to think that goals aren't coming at that end of the ground because it doesn't matter which pocket you're in at the moment. Nothing's happening.
I was about to be fairly critical of Will Hose. Yes, he missed the ball, but the execution on that kick was right, so he's obviously practiced that a lot.
You got to get height in the footy, though, Vossi, to get that curl. The higher you kick it, the more spin you get. That's just physics. I'll tell you what about Crib Point too. All of their kick-ins have gone to the exact same spot. Broadcast half-back flank. I'm appreciating how close the action is, but I think there's a level of unpredictability you can bring into your game. Maybe they need to fix that in the second half. 26 minutes gone, or coming up to 26 minutes gone in the second quarter.
Give or take about a minute to go in this quarter.
Yeah, I'm with you. 2-point lead to Crib Point. They deserve this lead as well. They've been really good in this second quarter.
A goal either way will be handy going into half-time. Can Tyabb offer something, but no, Shepherd gets it.
How good's this bloke been?
Goes to centre half forward. That's a mark, I think.
Warwick Miller.
He's directly in front, and this will be a vital kick before half-time. They can go in more than a goal in front. That's a little bit more indicative of how dominated they've been in this second quarter.
Well, they had a shot after the siren at quarter time, didn't they? I think it was Tyabb. To finish that first quarter, he might get one here. Warwick Miller, geez, he's been good up forward. I know we gave him a little bit of stick, rightly so, for kicking into the man on the mark, but every contest he's been in, he's looked like grabbing it.
He's kicked 2 goals. Different. He's going for goal number 3. He misses.
Oh, no. Oh, volatile Vossi. There might be a halftime special. And we've got an interview at halftime, Vossi.
Yeah, Warren Davies coming in to chat to our man Frankie Gallagher.
President of the Peninsula, sus himself. And let's be honest, Vossi demanded this interview. Told us we're going nowhere near it. So I'm looking forward to that.
Once he's airtime, he can tell us where he's been this week. He's been in all kinds of places this week as our man, the Chief.
He has. He's got a statue at the Coliseum, which I thought was a bit much. But
photo with Nicole Kidman up on Twitter.
Yeah, they're loving our man, and I don't blame them.
And those who are wondering who's Frank Gallagher, well, I found out during the week, and he looks remarkably like our Chief.
Twins, let's be honest.
Yeah,
one
Russell
more
Crowe's
chance, I reckon.
Russell
Jeez, that was
Crowe's
pretty.
The same.
Yeah, it was pretty courageous going back with the flight of the ball there. Brad Williams, I think it was. Can't be that long left, Vossi. 27 and a half gone.
They've wasted a few opportunities in this second quarter. Crib Point.
Yeah, you could argue both teams have. Vossi Tyabb's goal kicking this quarter, especially from set shots.
1-4 to 1-5. 3-4 to 1-5 in this quarter.
Yeah.
Umpires are going to ball it up once again. Man on the bench here, Joel Wiskin's had a pretty good second quarter in actual fact.
Yeah, he's hit some targets when his teammates haven't, they? But they look like they're trying to get on the ground here. Wiskin and Vandenberg, which tells me there might be a little bit more time in this quarter than we thought.
I think it's
There's
wishful
a free
thinking.
kick. Yeah, I think it's wishful thinking as well, Vossi, but I don't know if that came through. But the word honesty is being shouted quite a bit, actually, in this first half by the Crib Point bench. I mean, I don't mind it, but it's one of those things, Vossi, that if you have to say it out loud, makes you wonder how much it's being actually portrayed on the footy field.
Bucket in there for Tyabb.
He's been okay too. I'm interested to know who we think BOG has been in this first half. I don't think anyone's really had 2 quarters of dominance, Vossi.
Reckon he's been...
Miles Shepherd is the man that you're pointing to, and I tend to agree. Warwick Miller probably could have had his name on it, but goal kicking has let him down. The man in front of us, Joel Wiskin's been good. Jake Anderson's been good. Jared Buchan's been good. But in terms of greatness, no one's really putting their hand up.
We're nearly 29 minutes into the second quarter. We've only had the 4 goals kicked for the quarter. Surely only seconds to go. And
that's really good umpiring. So we know the AFL came in and said that we're not going to be paying the shrugging of tackles. Good to know that's getting fed down to the Peninsula as well, because a bit of a shrug there, not paid. Fantastic umpiring, and this ball moved all of about 45 centimetres between ball ups.
So nearly 30 minutes played. Can you believe we played this long, Craig?
Joel Wiskin's back on as well. He's going to try and make an impact forward to centre.
There's a high kick for Tyabb. Is there time for them? Can Will Hayes take a mark? He cannot. Wiskin has just come back on the ground. Oh, he's got a push, I think. He got the push.
Really clean pickup too.
Will Hayes with the ball right in front of us. Just don't you love it with hey, look at the headband on, just making sure the hair's straight.
Don't mind it. A bit of Aaron Norton about it, and the long sleeves too.
The umpire's giving a free kick.
How's that not advantage? I'm starting to wonder.
So the player running off with the ball was Tom Wisniewski.
And there was no one within an acre of him, I don't reckon.
But a free kick to Crib Point in defence.
That's a pretty disadvantageous kick, although... Oh.
Mark dropped. Chance for Shepherd. He's been fantastic, Miles Shepherd, so far.
He's heard us say we're not sure if it's been greatness for 2 quarters, and he's gone, I'll show you, Daz. As there's the siren, Vossi.
At half-time in the match of the day, it is a 3-point margin in favour of Crib Point. 4-9-33, they're in front of Tyabb, 4-6-30. We'll take a break, and when we come back, Peter Susovich will chat to Tyabb's Warren Davies.
Everyone knows Australia has 4 big banks, but the 5th biggest retail bank is snapping at their heels. It's a bank that's been around for over 160 years, can be found in over 500 locations nationwide, looks after over 1.8 million customers, and is regularly voted one of the most trusted brands out of all the thousands of brands in Australia. Who is this fantastic number 5? Yep, it's Bendigo Bank. The better big bank.
More and more people with a taste for quality are shopping at Eliza Meats. Kevin and his lean team pride themselves on the finest cuts, from juicy steaks and roasts to high-grade mince and sausages. And Eliza Meats are the gourmet specialists. Inquire about Eliza Meats Spit Hire. Phone 9787 4473 for a mouth-watering meal fit for a king. It's all at Eliza Meats. See our sponsor Kevin at Eliza Meats, 112B Mount Eliza Way, a station sponsor.
Need your property painted, but you don't want to just trust any painter with your asset? Give Wow Factor Painting Solutions a call. We're based on the Mornington Peninsula and specialise in high-quality painting solutions. We are proud members of the Master Painters Victoria and the Dulux Accredited Program. For a free quotation, visit wowfactorps.com.au or call 0475 448 285. Wow Factor Painting Solutions, a station sponsor.
Battery World now open in Mornington.
We know batteries. We know our 75 D23Ls from our DIN 65 LHs. And we know which is best for you. We have the range and a spark no one else can match, because we live and breathe batteries. Those beautiful boxes and cylinders that power our lives and our passions. That's why we're the batteryologists. We're Battery World.
Battery World Shop 1, 43 Mornington Tyabb Road, Mornington.
At SJS Accounting Strategies in Mornington, our mission is a simple one: to make running your business easier. To get money-related challenges out of the way so you can focus on growing your business. It doesn't matter which business sector you're from, our commitment to helping you grow will be exactly the same. Why? Because our team loves helping businesses achieve their goals. Contact SJS Accounting on 5975 0488 or visit www.sjsaccountingstrategies.com.au. A station sponsor.
Dreaming of a cold beer poured straight from the tap? Tar Barrel Brewery and Distillery, located on Watt Road in Mornington, is open Wednesday to Sunday, offering craft beers and spirits produced on site, with local wines and cocktails also available. Come down and enjoy one of their famous wood-fired pizzas in the beer garden. A local taste experience. Tar Barrel Brewery and Distillery, the spirit of local. tarbarrel.com.au, a station sponsor.
Here at Bridgestone Select, it's our job to keep you moving with the right advice.
A great range of products and service you can count on. So when it comes to tyres, when it comes to auto care,
Come to Bridgestone Select for service that moves you.
Jones Lapino Real Estate, located on Wilson's Road, are Mornington Peninsula's boutique real estate professionals, offering premium service in sales, auctions, investment property management and holiday leasing across the Mornington Peninsula. Contact Jones Lapino for the very best in client experience on 5975 5593 or visit joneslapino.com.au, a station sponsor. Established in 1988, Progress Signs has been servicing the local community for 30 years. Located on the Mornington Peninsula, they are the #1 destination for all your signage needs, specialising in a variety of signage from vehicles to shop fronts, occasional and corporate events, short-term, long-term and everything in between. If it's signs you need, be it large or small, Progress Signs is the place to call. Available 24/7 at progress-signs.com.au or call the team on 5975 9188. Thinking signs? Think Progress Signs, a station sponsor.
Welcome back to the coverage here at Tyabb. That's better. Welcome back to the coverage here at Tyabb at Bungown Reserve with Mpnfl Division 2 action between Tyabb and Crib Point. And with me is the Vice President of the Tyabb Footy Club, Warren Davies. Warren, how you been?
Good, thanks, Pete. How about you?
Really good. It's great to come down to Tyabb. I suppose past Players Day today and a big crowd in.
Yeah, it's good. We're a bit worried about who was going to turn up with our rooms not being completed yet, but it's good that they've come out in force, I guess, also, plus the fact that it's a pretty big game, I guess, for
both
make
sides.
sure we don't get off, to make sure we stay off the bottom of the ladder, really. So, yeah.
No, it's just while we're on the rooms, we'll just touch on it briefly.
Yep.
I suppose a bit of angst with what's going on and how it's proceeding. There were some rescheduled works, rescheduled times and rescheduled draws and the likes there. So it's obviously, you can see it's had an effect on the club with numbers and getting in, and on a day like today when it rains. How are you progressing with it?
Well, I guess firstly, Pete, we wanted to thank all the clubs that have had to come down and sort of put up with portables and stuff like that. We really do appreciate it. We were sort of in a situation where we had to play at home because we'd played our first 10 of 9 away. And obviously you've got to have some revenue come in, so we decided to bite the bullet and set up our barbie and canteen and bar out the front just to make some money to get the gate, because things like affiliation fees and players and everything like that they don't just pay themselves. You need money to come in, and we needed to do it, otherwise we'd be really struggling.
I understand the council offered some alternative venues and all. Did you have much interaction there, or?
No, alternative venues.
No, I understood they offered some other halls or something where you could use.
Oh yeah. So they have given us. So even Thursday night meals, we had the Tyabb Hall that they gave to us earlier on in the year. But I guess like anything, it's a bit hard. You finish training here, like we've got the showers and everything here, and the ground's fine. But you have a shower and you head off and you lose half the people. So we've got a big ladies' day due next week, which we want the rooms to be finished. But if they're not, it could be Tyabb Hall, and it just makes it hard. That's during the day. We're here trying to do all of this. Sometimes we just haven't got enough people, Pete.
Yeah, and I understand that the under-19s are getting some support through Mount Eliza, and that's great. We need that. There's a couple of clubs out there that haven't got under-19s in Chelsea and Sorrento, and to have Tyabb field aside is terrific.
Oh, look, it's been great for us. I know there's a lot of sceptics out there, but really it's all about kids having a game of football. And if we didn't manage to get in with Mount Eliza's extra players, then there'd be a lot more kids not playing on a weekend, because we're giving 40 kids a game when there'd be 40 kids not getting a game.
Yeah.
So it's been really good. Some of their guys have hung around and helped out in our seconds, so it's been good. Yeah.
No, and ladies footy on tonight.
Ladies footy on after this. Again, I guess it's hard to tell. We've been okay with our ladies footy, but this year, whether it's COVID or whatever, we're in first division and we've just struggled that little bit with numbers. So. But they're turning up and giving their best shot every week.
And this is the first year for Tyabb in ladies?
No. We've won 2 flags and a runner-up. So I think we've been in. This is our 6th year. And
pushed up a division?
No, we were in first division last year as well.
Yep.
But probably would have made finals, but COVID kicked in. So so this is our 2nd year up.
No worries. No, look, it's always great to come down to Tyabb, and it's real. Hospitable. The food's fantastic. As Vossi marches back into the room.
It's about food and you think
yes. No, sorry, Vossi. And but look, it's great. Look, we wish you all the best going forward. It's been really good to travel always down to support, and great day in the life here. Just a couple of final questions. Is you scheduled your holidays around football?
Yes. No, I haven't.
No,
I'm having a week off next week, going to Queensland. Yes, Pete, you got that one out, yeah?
just for the listeners at home, both Woz and myself looked after a junior footy club around the peninsula, and we vowed never to go and touch footy again. But here we are again.
Can I just say something, Pete, just to our sponsors out there? We know it's been really, really hard. We're meant to have electronic scoreboard. We couldn't get that connected to the base because the rooms weren't working. So it's been hard to offer a lot of anything. So anyone out there listening, we are definitely next year, obviously the sponsors that we've got, we've basically given them discounts, I guess, on because we haven't been able to offer them the full thing. But we're really next year looking for as many people to jump on board and help out, because if you could well imagine any club out there that hasn't had a room since July last year, we've gone, 12, it'll be 13 months. The cricket club didn't have it for the whole year, and we're also going to be 12 months, so a whole season. So, yeah, it's really hurt.
And we've chucked Commercial Systems Australia's logo up there just to roll over. Just they're the main sponsors here at Tyabb, so they do a great job. I think they're based out at Kilsyth.
Yep.
So real thanks to their support. I spoke to one of your sponsors, Alex from...
Alex Campbell?
Yep, from Clan Ridley, was down looking at the sign.
Yeah,
and he's
good.
Expecting that. So he's rapt to be down here as well. So again, their follow-up was his approach. Just go to the club website for contact details. And any would-be sponsors, please pop down to Tyabb, both cricket club and footy club. And Alex did mention the digital scoreboard coming up with signage on that. So that's that's great.
Yeah. Cheers, Pete.
Thanks, Woz.
No worries. Well done, you guys, doing a great job too.
All the best. Right, that's it. We're just going to go to a commercial break. Sorry, a sponsors break, and we'll be back right after this.
Everyone knows Australia has 4 big banks, but the 5th biggest retail bank is snapping at their heels. It's a bank that's been around for over 160 years, can be found in over 500 locations nationwide, looks after over 1.8 million customers, and is regularly voted one of the most trusted brands out of all the thousands of brands in Australia. Who is this fantastic number 5? Yep, it's Bendigo Bank. The better big bank.
More and more people with a taste for quality are shopping at Eliza Meats. Kevin and his lean team pride themselves on the finest cuts, from juicy steaks and roasts to high-grade mince and sausages. And Eliza Meats are the gourmet specialists. Inquire about Eliza Meats Spit Hire. Phone 9787 4473 for a mouth-watering meal fit for a king. It's all at Eliza Meats. See our sponsor Kevin at Eliza Meats, 112B Mount Eliza Way, a station sponsor.
Need your property painted, but you don't want to just trust any painter with your asset? Give Wow Factor Painting Solutions a call. We're based on the Mornington Peninsula and specialise in high-quality painting solutions. We are proud members of the Master Painters Victoria and the Dulux Accredited Program. For a free quotation, visit wowfactorps.com.au or call 0475 448 285. Wow Factor Painting Solutions, a station sponsor.
Battery World now open in Mornington.
We know batteries. We know our 75 D23Ls from our DIN 65 LHs. And we know which is best for you. We have the range and a spark no one else can match because we live and breathe batteries. Those beautiful boxes and cylinders that power our lives and our passions. That's why we're the batteryologists. We're Battery World.
Battery World Shop 1, 43 Mornington Tyabb Road, Mornington.
And welcome back, everybody. I think my microphone is on. It is. Welcome back to, and I've got to get this right, Bunguine Reserve. I keep on wanting to say something else. Where we're watching the match between Tyabb and Crib Point, and it's a very close game with both teams. Tyabb are back out for. Yes, both teams are back out for the third quarter action, and we'll cross over to the men who are calling all the action this afternoon. Of course, AJ King. At home, probably playing PlayStation or something like that. But it's over to Michael Voss and Daz.
Thank you, Craigo. I think it's been a better first half than probably might have thought coming in. I think we would have hoped for a good contest, but we've definitely got one. Vossi, I think Miles Shepherd right now, we agree, has been the best on the park for Crib Point. If you're the coaching staff, quickly before we start, which camp do you reckon you'd be happier in at the moment as a coach? Would you rather be getting Tyabb up for the second half, or would you be wanting to get Crib Point's momentum to continue?
Well, I think Crib Point had certainly had the better of the second quarter, and our man Suss is down there just had a chat to Warren Davies, of course, and Tyabb doing it hard in terms of not cleaning the rooms, not cleaning the electric scoreboard, all that. So let's hope that things can happen soon. A lot of clubs out there waiting for their facilities to get underway. But speaking of underway, we are underway to start the third quarter. Vital time in this game. Raleigh with a high kick there for the Tyabb side out towards centre wing. Ball on the ground, a chance for Ollie Steenold. It was for Crib Point, goes towards half forward. The mark has been taken by Christopher Harris. He goes in short, and that's an absolute shocker. The mark has been taken by Lee Sheehan. He goes towards full forward. What was that, sorry?
Sorry, he's had some good moments, Lee Sheehan. Sorry, wrong moment.
No, you're right. So
that's a throw, umpire. Oh, boy.
Both sides just desperate. They don't want to give this game up. Not sure how many other genuine winnable chances these two sides have got for the year, but this is certainly one of them.
I think this is Joseph Smith with the ball. Now, Vossi, 8 chances from this pocket. We've had 6 behinds. 1 hasn't made the distance and 1 out on the full. Surely, at some point, one of these goes in, and this is probably the most difficult of the lot.
Well, here we go.
Looks okay. No.
Right again. Wowee.
At some point, one of them is going to aim for the inside of the left goal post, and it'll work back beautifully. Might be an after the siren job, Vossi. It's got that bit about it. That's a great kick in. 2, by the way. Corey Buchan, who's had a really good start. Had a really good first quarter, a lot like his teammates. Vossi, he didn't quite stand up in the second quarter. That's a fantastic grab. I know it'll get paid as interference, but he had his hands on the footy. The man with the headband.
Short pass, mark taken there for Tyabb. First goal, huge this quarter, Daz.
Yeah, absolutely. This is the part of the game that Tyabb have struggled in. That's a fantastic kick, but, geez, even better. Cutting across. That's a defence that wants to work together, Vossi, and they're out here. Excellent work rate. Out on the broadcast side. Geez, I think he the Magpies forward line would like that moment back again. I'm not sure that was a handball, but Brad Williams is going to mop up. And that's probably, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that's probably their 13th forward half turnover for the game. Don't worry, Crib Point have had a few as well, but not that number. One-on-one, Warwick Miller used his body really well. Couldn't quite hang on to that one. And I think we're going to get a ball up here. We will, but Crib Point, Vossi, they've got the momentum early. Tyabb's delivery inside their forward half is not going to plan at the moment. It's currently a 4-point lead to Crib Point. Good luck getting the ball out of that little passage there.
Now
that's
5-point lead.
It's gone through for a point.
4:11:35, Crib Point, 4:6:30, Tyabb. We've played 4 minutes in the second half. Live here at the Bungayan Reserve. Hope you can stay with us right throughout the afternoon. Ethan Raleig's got it in the back pocket now. A short pass is not a good one. Crib Point with the opportunity to have a shot. A long shot.
He's kicked it.
And a goal, and that hurts. That really hurts. They tried to finesse. They tried to chip out the trouble there, Tyabb, and they got themselves into trouble. And Crib Point all of a sudden have got an 11-point lead, and that is a very good lead in the situation at the moment. It is a low-scoring game. Goals are at a premium at the moment, Daz.
Yeah, you couldn't be more right, Vossi. 5:11:41 to I think that's there, 4:6:30. How has it taken the one shot from that pocket that wasn't a set shot for them to finally kick one? I think they'd missed 9 set shots, but on the run, that's a fantastic finish. And right now, Tyabb, the panic button would almost be getting slammed. They're at home, very winnable game. Crib Point coming off a win to Pearsdale last week, and they have got their tails up. And I'm very surprised that's called as a ball up, considering there was a couple of 360 spins and then a handball. Interesting call, but that's okay. Tyabb, they're just forward to centre at the moment. They're going to need a clearance here. They're going to need the next goal. The umpire's picked out a free kick here. No advantage, which is somewhat unfortunate for Tyabb, as William Hose had a man completely on his own.
So 11 points.
And I don't even think Tyabb know who's the free kick's going to, but it looks like Bradley Grove. Not sure he's got the leg, and he's acting like he doesn't have the leg. Yeah, the umpire's call play on. Well done, Crib Point. That's great awareness on the mark. And the ball's come to the outer side. They need to hit a target. That's not going to Warwick Miller. That'll go out of bounds. It's actually not the worst result, Vossi, because they've been pretty good.
You might say
with their forward half
Grove,
stoppages.
He got Noah bolted.
He did. He absolutely did. Good decision by the umpire. At no stage did he look like he was having a shot for goal, Vossi, so I don't mind the umpires reading the body language there.
So 11 points the margin in favour of Crib Point. 5:11:41 to tie 4:6:30. We've played 6 minutes in the third quarter. This is the Battery World of Mornington Match of the Day, live on RDPFM. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you may be listening this afternoon.
Good luck getting it out of there.
Tyabb have conceded one in this quarter. I'll tell you what, they don't want to concede the next one. All of a sudden, if they concede the next one, they'll be 3 goals down, and momentum well and truly against them if that was the case.
Yeah, couldn't agree with you more. Tyabb just haven't woken up in this quarter. We're going to get another ball up, it looks like, although...
Umpire continuing to call play on.
The ball's pinging around.
Oh, there's another opportunity.
Turnover. That will be a ball up.
That will be. Pretty much about 15 metres out from the goal that Crib Point are attacking in this third quarter.
That's it, and that's the third ball up in a row, so expect a free kick to break this up. Warwick Miller in the ruck for Crib Point, and that's another effort there. Crago, have you got an update for us quickly? Maybe a game or two, and we'll come back with the full scores.
Devon Meadows have come back. Some of them are leading 57-48. It's a 30-point game, Pearsdale and Mornington, and Langwarren 60 points in front of Seaford. Just quickly in Div 1 for you. Frankston YCW 58, Rosebud 20. It's a 13-point game. Mount Eliza over Sorrento at the moment. Bond Beach blown out the Pines, as have Red Hill over Edie Asp. And the Frankston Bombers 80, Dramana 32.
And we've just almost had a miraculous goal by Cooper Whiskin. The ball just bouncing the wrong way and going across the face. Listening to those scores, Vossi, a couple of my tips, and I'm looking at Sorrento here letting me down. I know I picked the outsider in that game, and they've got a lot out. I thought that fight would be a bit more, and Tyabb, they've gotten away with one there. They're putting themselves under pressure, Vossi. It's not like Crib Point, and I mean this with all due respect, are not blowing them apart in terms of pressure, but they're just turning the ball over way too easily. And it's happened again here at half forward, but Crib Point are looking to clear. They're at the wing.
Mark taken, I think it's by Milsom out there. Zane Milsom it is. Kicks towards the centre wing, but the ball I think might be coming back Crib Point's way as a free kick. And the umpires have called advantage.
Probably the first time they've paid advantage all day, and they've kicked it to 2-0.
Thomas Main with the ball for Tyabb. Looking to go down the line here, Tyabb. Now a short pass, and the mark has been taken. At half back, they can get it and go, Tyabb. What can the Yabs do? They go to centre half forward. Ball on the ground. A chance. Still at half forward for them, but Crib Point will win out.
Done.
They just look quicker at the moment.
Yeah.
They just look more desperate. They look more hungry for the ball. Tyabb are just a little bit shell-shocked with the way Crib Point have come out. Here's an
That's
opportunity.
a really clever kick, Brad Arnold.
That was a good kick.
Yeah, absolutely. Saw his forward was behind his defender, and he knew how to get height in the ball and get it over the back. That's a fantastic kick, and geez, if Tyabb's panic button wasn't getting slammed before, it will if this goes through. This is Neil Clark, who has had a sider in this quarter. Had a sider in the second quarter, I should say. Comes in, never in doubt that kick. And oh boy, we could be having a ball over here. 6-12-48, that's Crib Point. Tyabb, the home team, 4-6-30. Oh boy, Michael Voss. Crib Point's momentum from last week's win, carrying them through. And to be honest, probably should be further ahead, even if they have had half a dozen rush behinds.
They should be further in front, but this has got danger written all over it as far as Tyabb are concerned. They are in all sorts of trouble. They just can't find a way of scoring. They've scored 1 goal in a quarter and a half.
Yep.
And whereas Crib Point have kicked 5 in that time, and all of a sudden Crib Point have turned basically a 2 or 3 goal deficit into a 3-goal lead, and they get the centre break once again. Now, quick kick down to a 2-on-2 contest. Clark might get it again. He juggled. He couldn't take the mark. On the ground, Warwick Miller, the umpire, says no free kick. Tyabb hanging on. This is getting to that territory where you just don't want to be.
Keep your eye on Cooper Wiskin here. Around the ball.
Throw up by the umpire. There's an opportunity. A right foot snap off target.
Vanderberg it was. That was really well done. Outside of the contest there. What they didn't do in the first quarter, Vossi, was they were getting sucked into the contest. They weren't letting their spare player stay on the outside. They've done it since, and it's worked out really well.
So, a 19-point lead in favour of Crib Point.
And according to Crib Point, he's marked that in the car park. Pretty impressive. Looked okay to me.
Mark taken by the man who bleeds Tyabb Football Club, and that's Ethan Raleigh.
He's been the only one to stand up so far in this third quarter. He's going to need some mates pretty quickly. Yeah, that's a fantastic tackle. That's a good way to start.
I just need to find a way to goal at the moment, and I just wonder. I'm just trying to pick up Corey Buchan out there to see where he is playing. Maybe they need him to go down into the forward line and trying to get him some spark, maybe.
Yeah, I don't mind. I think they'd like to have 2 of him out there, to be completely honest.
Quick kick around the corner by Cooper Wiskin it was, but didn't go too far. Now an opportunity for Tyabb. They go with a defensive hand pass. They're under the pressure. They've gone all the way back. They've gone about 60 metres backwards to go forwards.
That's a good kick, though. Got to hit that target.
There's a kick out towards his teammate there, and Lachlan Cox, who's got it. Defensive side of centre. Crib Point won't mind this because they're going all over the place rather than straight down the ground, which is the most dangerous way home on a football ground.
Yeah, they're not stretching the defence here at all, are they? Oh, no. Oh, no.
Big opportunity. A turnover. Lachlan Cox couldn't take them out. Now Miller's got it. A hand pass. They're away. A quick kick towards full forward. Goes off the side of the body. He was looking there for Neil Clark. Good pressure. Oh, come on. Come on, Shieldsy. Come on. That's not a free kick.
Ollie Steinholt right there got absolutely burned by his teammate on the outside. He'd be pretty frustrated.
Didn't really impact. There was you might say pushed him in the sideboard or anything else. Certainly not in the back, I don't think. We'll discuss that next Friday night when I see you, I'm sure, Shieldsy, but that's all right. Here's an opportunity on the right foot of snap. They're pressing, and they are pressing. Crib Point. They're 6:14.50 or they're behind. And that was by Liam O'Connor. 6:14.50 plays 4:6.30. Margin is 20 points. Long kick out. Hose needs to take the mark. Couldn't take it. The voices are getting desperate out there. They're getting very desperate. Oh, that's holding the ball, surely.
Yep, good decision.
He got turned around about 3 times. It's like, why was he let go that long?
Yeah, it's a good question. That's a good kick. But as we know, Vossi, I think their kicking efficiency gets halved once they go forward to centre. I'm not sure this sideways business is the best. And the Crib Point coaching staff, they're ecstatic at the moment, and so they should be. That's down the ground. Ollie Steinholt, don't get engaged in any of that nonsense. And he's getting dragged. Geez, I don't mind. That's what I love about local footy. He hasn't had the best minute. Ollie got absolutely burned here on the half-forward flank. He'll take a moment.
Tyabb need the next goal in this game. I'd almost go to say if they don't kick the next goal.
Here's a good opportunity.
Player with the ball is Samuel Meyer. If they don't kick the next goal, they are in desperate trouble to the stage where Crib Point has just about got a match-winning lead if they got the next one.
Yeah, you're not far from wrong there, Vossi. Brad Arnold's going to come back onto the ground here. It's been good.
The man they affectionately call BA's back on the ground.
That's it, and he's been permanent half-forward today.
Missing is Samuel Meyer. So 3 for a behind. So 4:7.31 Tyabb, 6:14.50. Craigo, you got some scores for us?
Yeah, Div1, current score, Frankston YCW 64, Rosebud 26, Mount Eliza 39, Sorrento 27, Bond Beach 67, Pines 18, Red Hill 82, Edithvale Asphodel 13, Frankston Bombers 80 and Dramana 32. Just quickly in the AFL, Sydney 73, Crows 49 and the Hawks 82, North Melbourne 30.
Yeah, pretty handy for the Hawks there. Vossi, I just had a message come through. John Newcomb absolutely tearing it up. 20 touches, couple of goals. And where did he come from? High in the draft, I hear you cry. No, mid-season draft. How about we put some love on actual footballers?
From Poowong.
Now, the Prince of Poowong himself. And I'll tell you what, Crib Point are looking like the Princes of Tyabb at the moment.
He was probably a genuine top 3 chance for Rising Star this year, but I think a man who wears number 35 for Collingwood's probably killing everyone in the second half of the year.
He is probably the cleanest young player I've seen, and there's been some pretty clean footy from Crib Point in this quarter. That's a really good tackle by Brock Regan, who's getting rewarded for that by coming off the ground.
Who do the Hawks play next week?
The Hawks have got St Kilda next week, Vossi at Marvel. So that'll be an interesting game as the ball goes out on the full.
Arguably our worst performance this year was against
post-clearance, yeah, the Suns as well. The Hawks will pour. We're not here to talk about the Hawks, but let me tell you, we can. Tyabb. This has been you'd almost call it an uninspiring quarter so far. That's a risky kick in the middle, but it's a good one. But like we say, their kicking efficiency, defensive side, elite. Forward side, oh boy. Leaves a little to the imagination, Vossi, but they're going forward here and leading out, well, from Tyabb. Absolutely no one, wasn't it? I think it was Josh McCarthy who took that mark at centre-half back without an opponent, which is weird because he's the defender. That's an interesting kick, but bouncing in front of Vanderberg, and Miles Shepherd's just come onto the ground demanding the footy, which we absolutely love. I've liked the game of Perry, who's got the ball at the moment. Kicking up towards half forward. Luke Oborn couldn't quite take the mark. That's a really good tackle, locking the ball into their forward half. The Magpies, and sometimes you just got to call it as you see it, Vossi. Right now, Crib Point are looking the much better side.
The confidence is rising for Crib Point. They're 19 points in front of the Tyabb. Their confidence is evaporating fast. They just can't get anything happening right in front of us. Umpire Shield says, I'm going to throw the ball up.
I like Luke Oborn running up, getting a running start at stoppages around the ground. It's creating a point of difference for Crib Point in their clearances.
We had a bit of banter with him. We had a bit of banter with him earlier, didn't we? So
yeah, we sure did.
He kicked the goal. He walked off the ground and he was walking past. I made the comment. And he had a big laugh at the comment.
Yeah,
So
he had a big smile on his face, wondering why you are kicking snags and then coming off the park. It's a mystery in footy.
I think the words came, Vossi, you are a genius. So I think those words were there, weren't they, Daz?
And then what did he say? Because clearly you've said that to yourself, Vossi. I'd love to know what he said.
Oh, I agreed with him. So
absolutely, you did.
Raleigh with a kick, Tyabb towards towards centre wing, I should say.
Once
the mark
again.
has been taken. It's been taken by Tom Wisniewski.
They got no structure forward to the ball, Tyabb. This is not good. There's still plenty of time in this game. That's holding the ball.
Holding the ball.
Oh, umpire was blindsided. The ball go out of bounds. Jeez, we want to see the tacklers rewarded in that situation. Nick Rutherford, who's been absolutely poleaxed 3 times in the last few minutes. Slow to get up. He's a tough bugger. There's not a lot of him. I might have more body mass in my legs than he does, but let me tell you, his speed and the way he's moving around the ground.
Luke Oborn with a free kick for Crib Point. Goes towards half forward. Sorry, Daz.
Do you think Luke Oborn's putting his name into the ring for the best on? Miles Shepherd's third quarter's been okay without being significant. I think he's been fantastic around the ground. Right now, no one really putting their hand up for Tyabb. Might be part of the problem. Geez, I think that came off about 5 hands. Oh, no. Oh, that's pretty stiff, if we're being honest. Jake Anderson, he knows that's come off about 5 hands beforehand. And by the time he'd heard the whistle, he'd already let go. Stiff. Pretty stiff, but I tell you what, this is a key shot at goal here for Tyabb. Tom Wisniewski is the man with the ball in hand.
He started on the bench, I think, but he's actually been all right.
He's been good. I tell you what, he hasn't got the biggest run up here, and he's kicking from about 40. Gets under it a little. Oh, has it got there?
Oh.
No, the ball hasn't gone over. Warwick Miller.
No, it's on target.
Geez, how's the game awareness? That was outstanding there from the man in the number 1 jersey. And I think going back to that set shot, Vossi, I think he's got to give himself a bigger run up, bit more momentum through the ball. Tyabb, they've got to get something going offensively here to a contest. Anderson went up, copped one in the back of the head, might have been friendly fire. And the ball from Fisk, that's going to go out on the full.
Yeah,
not the cleanest kick, but
might have been a bit of an expletive thrown there by the player.
I think so, not putting that to air. Liam O'Connor's going to come back on the ground, who had a really good second quarter as well. Actually, they've done this a bit. Crib Point, they're doing their rotations in bunches. So 2 or 3, we've seen a couple of times they've emptied the bench for 4, but Tyabb are going up to the wing. And again, they're getting nowhere. That's too high. No, not paid. Ooh, Tom Wisniewski is there. We've also got a player down, but slow to get up. Is that Nick Rutherford again? No, it's not. I think it's Cooper Wiskin. Slow to get up.
So boundary umpire to throw the ball back into play. We've played 21 minutes in the third quarter. It is a 20-point lead to Crib Point. 6:15:51. Tyabb 4:7:31. Match order Mornington match of the day. Tyabb just a shot of confidence at the moment. They just need something, like a good tackle, something, anything. And even player there, Nick Toretto, just standing there looking at us as if to say, yep, you're right, Bossy. You're 100% correct. We are shot of confidence. We need something to happen. And Nick was the man. I think he went down and I think he played at, I think I got the right, Toretto. Went down and played in the fifths during the season. Went down to play with his brother and his father, I think.
Luke Oborn in the ruck here is making a real difference, and he's hitting the ball into space. Sure, a couple of times Tyabb have sharked his hit-outs, but he's been great. He gets the hit-out again, a little bit of a fumble from a couple of Tyabb players, worked forward by Crib Point. Miles Shepherd got his opponent out of the way, but didn't make an impact on the contest. The ball's about 15 metres out, just pinging around in there. Good luck, but although the ball's come out, snapshot a goal.
Oh, they are wasting opportunities. Wasting opportunities. Jaden McNabb with the ball. 6:16:52. If they lose this game, Daz, you'll know why they lose it. Noel Volatile will be out and about during the week.
Absolutely. From Noah Bolter, not taking the time to kick goals to Crib Point, potentially wasting them.
52-31 as the kick goes out towards halfback broadcast side. Going up, Will Hose takes the mark.
He's on
he needs to lift, although he should be taking the mark where he's kicking this ball, Vossi.
Long kick down the line now. The ball comes to the back. Just got to keep that ball going forward if you're tired. Try and get that ball in. Try and create an opportunity before three-quarter time. Because they desperately need this goal. One more goal, I reckon, and Crib Point have just about got one hand on this game, I reckon.
Yeah, I think you might be right, Vossi, although they've got the ball in hand. Searching kick forward. Oh,
that's a good mark.
That is a very good mark. I think the defender right there, head down a little.
Is that Anderson with the ball?
Don't blame me, that is Jakey Anderson with the football in hand. He's probably been Tyabb's best. I'll tell you what, this would put a stamp on that 100%. His first quarter was blistering. He was a little quieter in the second. He's had a bit of it in this quarter. He gave away a 50-metre penalty, albeit a touch stiff. It still happened, and Crib Point again are going to take 3 off at a time. In he comes. This to bring the margin back to 14 points. Goal umpire did not move an inch, Vossi. That's what we want to see. Good goal kicking. And we're back to 14 points. 6-16-42. I think that's going to go to 5-7-37. So 15 points the margin. And there's a pulse at Tyabb, Vossi. This home crowd finally get to make some noise.
They do get to make some noise. Crago.
The other games pretty much as is. Still no score through from Hastings and Chelsea.
Is that an ominous sign? Do we think I'll lock Chelsea and I'm not getting access to what's happening?
I reckon Chelsea be in front, I would say. But can Tyabb get another goal before three-quarter time? They go forward, but the Crib Point defence wins out. And a kick out towards centre wing. Oh, good tackle applied. Ball falls free. Picked up by Shepherd. He went for the finesse kick on the right foot. The ball comes back. It'll come back to Shepherd. He'll go with a high kick down towards half forward. Raleigh did well at the back, just got the fist forward. Taken for Crib Point, but runs towards the line and goes over for a boundary throw-in. Is the player there in Cooper Wiskin. Margin is 15 points. We're 25 minutes into the third quarter.
Not long left in this third quarter at all, Vossi. I'm with you.
6-16-52, plays 5-7-37. They've made a lot of opportunities, Crib Point. They should have put this game to bed.
Yeah, they absolutely should have. They might here. Vandenberg's gone inside 50. Warwick Miller playing from behind. Got the ball to ground, which is good, but Tyabb have got the numbers, although they're fumbling a touch. That's clean football. William Host comes out. He's taken a couple of good marks on the half-back flank. Problem is, needs to be taking them on the half-forward flank. Goes in board, dangerous kick. Geez, that was a mark, I thought. No, not paid. Tyabb are going to get the ball back. Hose again. Had 21 touches last week. Don't think he's at that number, but he's having an impact. The ball half-forward for Tyabb. Crib Point are leading in the race here, but no one actually wants to pick up the football. And we're going to get a ball up. Big last, however long's left, Vossi, but if Tyabb get one more, I'd hate to be in the Crib Point huddle because this one should almost be over.
Very much should be. If you Crib Point, you just got to try and hold firm. You'll take this lead to three-quarter time. You've won the third quarter by a couple of goals, so you just take this lead and just go to the break and reassess, reset, and just go again. But Tyabb with the opportunity late in the quarter. And I think it might be Brock Regan who's got it.
Yeah, 10 more scoring shots, Crib Point, 15 points ahead.
He'll kick from out near 50.
Take a good leg from here.
He has
looks
the
okay.
shot.
Across the face.
He just misses. So 3 for behind. 5-8-38. Plays 6-16-52. That's on the Premier Traditional Home scoreboard. So kick comes in from fullback for Crib Point out towards halfback. McNabbit goes up. McCarthy, I should say, goes up. Couldn't take the mark. Ball on the ground.
Yeah, had to be interference. A really clever kick from Ethan Riley too, who's been good.
The siren's gone too.
The siren has gone, so everyone's got to get on the goal line here. Even Lachlan Cox has sprinted from centre half back to get on the goal line here.
Jake Anderson's gone back about as far, if not further, than what Ben Brown goes back when he goes at goal. I'm telling you, he's gone back an absolute mile. He wants this.
Got to get momentum through the ball. He's already kicked a goal this quarter. He's also given away a 50-metre penalty. Used the ball really well.
if he kicks this goal,
he's been Tyabb's best.
This will get the crowd buzzing at three-quarter time.
It will. We couldn't be in a better spot for the kick. Anderson comes in. It starts right, stays right, and I don't think he got the distance at all. So 6, 16, 52, 5. I think that's supposed to be 9, is it? Yeah, I think they've got to change it now. 5-9, 39. We've got a 13-point ball game at three-quarter time. Crib Point, the leaders over Tyabb. Hope you can join us for the last quarter. It looks like it's going to be a good finish, but we're going to take a break and come back with the last of the game here from Tyabb.
Everyone knows Australia has 4 big banks, but the 5th biggest retail bank is snapping at their heels. It's a bank that's been around for over 160 years, can be found in over 500 locations nationwide, looks after over 1.8 million customers, and is regularly voted one of the most trusted brands out of all the thousands of brands in Australia. Who is this fantastic number 5? Yep, it's Bendigo Bank. The better big bank.
More and more people with a taste for quality are shopping at Eliza Meats. Kevin and his lean team pride themselves on the finest cuts, from juicy steaks and roasts to high-grade mince and sausages. And Eliza Meats are the gourmet specialists. Inquire about Eliza Meats Spit Hire. Phone 9787 4473 for a mouth-watering meal fit for a king. It's all at Eliza Meats. See our sponsor Kevin at Eliza Meats, 112B Mount Eliza Way, a station sponsor.
Need your property painted, but you don't want to just trust any painter with your asset? Give Wow Factor Painting Solutions a call. We're based on the Mornington Peninsula and specialise in high-quality painting solutions. We are proud members of the Master Painters Victoria and the Dulux Accredited Program. For a free quotation, visit wowfactorps.com.au or call 0475 448 285. Wow Factor Painting Solutions, a station sponsor.
Battery World now open in Mornington.
We know batteries. We know our 75 D23Ls from our DIN 65 LHs. And we know which is best for you. We have the range and a spark no one else can match, because we live and breathe batteries. Those beautiful boxes and cylinders that power our lives and our passions. That's why we're the batteryologists. We're Battery World.
Battery World Shop 1, 43 Mornington Tyabb Road, Mornington.
At SJS Accounting Strategies in Mornington, our mission is a simple one: to make running your business easier. To get money-related challenges out of the way so you can focus on growing your business. It doesn't matter which business sector you're from, our commitment to helping you grow will be exactly the same. Why? Because our team loves helping businesses achieve their goals. Contact SJS Accounting on 5975 0488 or visit www.sjsaccountingstrategies.com.au. A station sponsor.
And welcome back to Tyabb. A very close game heading into the final quarter. Just a reminder, guys, too, that RDPFM will be down at Bunnings at Mornington tomorrow, 8 till 3, I believe.
8 till 4.
8 till 4, sorry, for the big sausage sizzle.
Onions on top, onions underneath, or no onions?
No onions for me, but there'll be plenty of onions there. So
none for me either.
Come down and see the crew, help us raise some money and support RDPFM down at Mornington Bunnings tomorrow, 8 till 4. Boys, just before we go back to you for the final quarter, we have finally got a score through from down the road at Hastings, and it's Hastings 6-6-42 leading Chelsea 4-9-33 into the third quarter. Langwarrin over Seaford by Motza. Karingal the same over Rye. Pearcedale putting the sword through Mornington. But a very close game at Devon Meadows. Somerville up by a point at this stage, leading 88-87. And quickly in Division 1, We'll bring up those games for you. Frankston YCW well and truly on top of Rosebud. Mount Eliza 13 points up on Sorrento. Bond Beach 40 up on the Pines. Red Hill well and truly up on Aspendale. And the Frankston Bombers 87, Dramana 32.
Onions or no onions?
No, so I'm an onion man, and I firmly believe that you go bread, butter if it's your go, cheese, sausage, because you need the heat of the sausage to partly melt the cheese, Vossi. Onions, sauce, get it in you.
Cheese on a hot dog, cheese on a sausage. I don't really think I've had that much, but cheese on a sausage is an interesting concept.
Yeah, well, he is a chef, so obviously they always like to add a bit of mayo to everything. So they just like to be a little bit more highfalutin than us normal people.
Should never say no to cheese under any circumstances. But it's going to be a good finish here. 6:16, 52, 5:9:39. That is Crib Point over Tyabb.
Jones Lapino, best on ground. Who's in front at the moment?
I still think Miles Shepherd is ahead, but Luke Oborn is the man that I'm looking at around the ground. His ruck work's been fantastic. Tyabb, I don't think, Jake Anderson's probably been their best. He's put his hand up, but I'm not sure he's ahead of those Crib Point boys. Ethan Riley's been really good as well. But again, I probably wouldn't have them ahead of the two Crib Point boys. Vossi, are you going to be chatting to our man of the match after the game, presenting the meat tray?
Yeah, not bad, Cole. Thanks.
Oh, we'll go for a second time, Vossi.
Sorry, I just
no, that's
just
okay.
Socialising as you do.
We got the president of the Peninsula, AJ, the secretary of Sorrento. We got the mayor of Mornington. Everyone knows you, Vossi. Everyone loves you.
Another man I played cricket with there.
So that's okay. Did you make his career as well, Vossi? Or?
No. Look, he's a bit older than me, but he been a good cricketer in the past as mate Cole there. So good on you, Cole.
Love hearing that. Shout out to him. But the rain is coming down. This is probably the hardest it's rained all afternoon for the last quarter. So that lead for Crib Point. You know what they say in the rain, Vossi? You almost got to double it in the wet, considering it's twice as hard to score. So 13 points. Beautiful buffer to have.
And he leads a good lead at the moment. And we should say a big shout out to our good friends at Bendigo Bank.
Yes.
They're
our Battery World of Mornington match of the day.
We're about to start in the last quarter. The ball goes up. Tyabb need the first goal. I know I've graduated to captain of the Alvia school there, but they really need it. I am interested to know in this last quarter how much the rules kind of get let go. I don't know what it is about wet weather footy that makes us forget the rules, but I'm interested to know how it happens. Crib Point going forward. They had an out number there. I'm surprised they couldn't get the ball out, but we'll get a ball up. Essentially the top of the square, 20 metres out. And Tyabb right now, this is not the start that they're wanting. They give one up here. Oh, good luck chasing down the Magpies, but they look like they're clearing on the outer side. We know there's going to be a lot of fumbling in this last quarter, but it's who can be clean. And as Vossi said, not 2 minutes into this game, who makes the least amount of mistakes? And right now, Crib Point are looking like that side. There is a lot of mud in the centre of that ground at the moment. They've set up behind the ball reasonably well, Crib Point. A lot of handballing in the wet. Not something I recommend. It's a bit like ruckman kicking. I'm not a fan, but they're out on the far side.
Ivan Soldo's testament to that last night a couple of times.
Absolutely. We've got car horns going at the carriers of the water bottles, which I don't mind. We usually reserve the car horns for goals, Vossi, but we'll take what we can get at the moment. The tackling in this game has simply been extraordinary as Crib Point work their way forward. Warwick Miller was almost like a basketball tip-off in the air trying to get the second grab. We're going to get a ball up, and in the space of about 45 seconds, the ball's essentially back to where we started, Vossi. 25 out from goal for the Maggies. They're going to want to put this one to bed pretty quickly. Oh, how's the tap? Brad Arnold just couldn't get ball to boot. I'm looking forward to the soccer skills that are going to come out in this last quarter. There's 2 fumbles in a row. Crib Point go forward, but that ball's going to go over the line and out of bounds. Just a reminder, 6:16, 52, 5:9:39. Crib Point in front, and the loser of this game is, it looks, Vossi, going to finish on the bottom of the table in DIV2. Crib Point last week won by a couple of points after the siren. Tyabb went down by 28. So Crib Point have got their tails up.
Obviously, it's an opportunity. The last 3 games, there's still 3 games to go in this after this. So the winner not necessarily on the bottom, but most likely the way it's been going probably will end up that way. High kick there by McCarthy. It was towards half forward for Crib Point.
He's had a moment or two. That is really good umpiring too. I like that. The player with the ball drove with his head.
Connor Perry was the player who got tackled.
He's had some good moments too. We've enjoyed his game, Bossy.
Yes, he's had a bit of the ball. The umpire letting the ball go up, and now going to ball it up once again. This is what we're going to see in this last quarter time. We've got to bust this open in terms of trying to get this into a running game in the last quarter. Get the ball going their way. Crib Point will be happy. Just take it 3 or 4 minutes off the clock up this end of the ground. That's a kick out of bounds in the full. And it's a free kick, and it's going to go here to Crib Point.
Josh McCarthy was a spare behind the ball as well. He's just making his way to centre half forward. Looks like he's patrolling the defence. He's had some really good moments today too, Josh McCarthy. So that's a good bit of leadership for Crib Point as the ball goes inside. Tyabb are going to look to clear, and they're going to realise that there's a wall, but they get it forward. This is the Magpies going. Tyabb are going to clear here on the outer side, so they're not going to run into the spare, which is what they're after. They're just trying to shovel the ball forward as the ball goes out of bounds. So the quarters so far, Vossi, have gone 26, 28 and 31 minutes. So to say
11 goals.
Yeah, so to say that there is oodles of time left would be accurate. We're nearly 5 gone in the last already. No score, still a 13-point lead to the Magpies. Tyabb, they're going to walk this out of the stoppage. Bradley Williams, that is. He's going to go up the line. Good luck marking that. That's a good handball into space. Tyabb, this is the kind of ball movement they're needing. And this is the pair closest to the goal, but Crib Point are going to get back. Although that's a fantastic tackle. Much rewarded. That could inspire them, Vossi. That's what they need.
Even though he didn't get the free kick, Jake Anderson was the one that started that. Just kept the pressure on. Even though he fell to ground, he just made sure he kept the pressure on, which enabled Tyabb to keep the ball in there. Kick towards full forward. Regan goes up, couldn't take the mark. Ball on the ground. Is that a free kick? The umpire says no. Ball at the top of the goal square. It's 13 points to margin. 6:16:52, plays 5:9:39. So in the last 3 weeks...
kick out, no.
1 point. In the last 3 weeks, I've seen a draw at Pines, I've seen a draw being played at Heidelberg, and I've seen a draw last night in the AFL. Could I see 4 in 4 weeks, I wonder?
Goodness me. So that's 2 straight goals. They can't afford to not get their opportunities. Tell you what, that's a really strange tactic to just let the ball go into the back pocket. Matty Bennett is the man with the ball. He's kicked to a contest. That's really good hands. This man's been very good. He's played some very good football, that being Luke O'Bourne. Geez, how good's that mark from William Hose? He's gone with the party tricks. Had 21 touches last week, goes inside. Brock Regan went up. Crib Point, geez, that was a throw. No, I don't think that's in danger, boys, but you keep going. Nick Rutherford, who's had some good moments. Ollie Steinholt, who has had not so good moments, but he'll get taken out of bounds. Throw in.
So ball right in front of us. 2 goals to margin. We played nearly 7 minutes in the last quarter. Tyabb doing a bit of the attacking and just need to get a goal on the board. It's an even one, or it's even 2 goals, which is actually 1 goal 6, the difference in this game. Good tackle applied once again on Liam O'Connor, and the umpire says balling up once again.
7 more scoring shots Crib Point have had. This would burn if it didn't work out.
Oh, it would burn like you would not believe. It would burn like a dodgy curry, maybe coming out the other end the next day. But
oh, really? That's better than any analogy I was going to come up with. Goodness me. The water bottle carriers are laughing. Suss can't believe it. He's fallen off his chair.
Let's hope Corey Buchan doesn't get the footy.
Oh, boy. Oh, yeah, let's hope. We could be taken permanently off air. Warwick Miller, tell you what, he'd want better service inside 50 than that. Arnold gave it off. This is going to go close to goal. It's going to be rushed through for one behind.
13 points to margin.
Vossi's got fans all over the peninsula if he's running with content like that, let me tell you. AJ at home probably chortling away as his latest servant has delivered him a tray of food. I'm not sure what he's having for lunch.
Here's a chance. Here's a big opportunity
Massive
for Ty to
chance.
go for. Let himself down with the kick. His teammate fell to the ground. Now an opportunity. The ball comes out to half forward, or half back, I should say. Crib Point trying to clear. They get the ball out towards centre wing. Now they'll lay back up. Anderson a hand pass for Tyabb. A kick to half forward is picked up and was tackled. There was a player there, and Joseph Smith it was. A high kick for Crib Point down towards centre wing. Will Hose.
Jeez, how good's his last quarter been?
He's been really, really good just getting his hands on that ball.
Oh, that's 50. Oh.
And what's the umpire going to give you? Where is the umpire? There he is.
Do the rules change because it's close? I reckon in the first quarter, Vossi, that's 50.
6-17-53, plays 5-10-40. 13 points is the margin. Tyabb playing at home.
Oh, that's not wet weather football.
They want to sing the song in front of their supporters, but they are 13 points behind against a Crib Point side who probably should have this game done and dusted by now. They've missed some shots.
Okay.
Greasy ball, but they have missed some genuine opportunities.
Keep an eye on Darcy Sawyer here, boys. He's completely alone inside 50 now. It's Oregon, though, is getting picked up now, so well done defensively by Crib Point. That's almost a fantastic mark to Warwick Miller. He's been their best up forward for Crib Point. He's had some help, didn't get a lot early. Forward of the ball, that's almost a mark. And the ball's going to go out to the half-forward flank. Crib Point's attacking side, although Brad Arnold deciding to kick off the ground in the opposite direction. It's an interesting tactic, but that's a fantastic smother. Tyabb, they're lifting Vossi. They know what this means to them. They're going to centre half forward. Had to take a mark, although Sawyer gets the ball out. This is a fantastic opportunity. This has to go through. And he's missed to the left-hand side.
Ethan Raleigh had the opportunity to get up there with a mark. He just couldn't lift his legs.
No, the big fella's legs were pumping, but he wasn't going vertical.
Back to 2 goals, and even 2 goals is the margin.
We've played nearly 10 minutes in the last, Vossi. This is going to go down to the wire. Don't discount the draw. That's almost really good hands. Miles Shepherd does not have the football at all, but we'll get a ball up.
Well, this will be 4. It'll be 4 in 4 weeks if that's the case. But we're a long way off that yet. 10 minutes into the last quarter. Next goal.
How's the tap from Auburn?
You get the feeling there's not going to be too many goals left in this game. Will Hose. Oh, that was
his last quarter's been outstanding.
He has been huge, the young fella. He is a son of a gun, and he is playing like a gun out there at the moment. He's playing some super football, but the ball is held up at half forward. Umpire Shield says, well, I've got to work tonight, boys. I've got to work at 6 o'clock.
Not for the first time this afternoon. Matt McLennan has been outstanding. There's a block here. They didn't really have anyone in the ruck there, Tyabb, and I think that's the reason why. This is going to Mark Bannum.
So can Tyabb do something here?
Needs to hit a target.
A high kick to full forward. They need a mark. The ball at the back, is it a mark?
It's a mark. To Crib Point.
It's a Crib Point mark. There was a pack of players there. There was hands everywhere, but the mark is taken for Crib Point defence. They hang on to the Magpies. They go towards centre wing. Going up, couldn't take the mark. Ball on the ground. And taking the ball towards the line is Thomas Main, and over for a boundary throw-in right near the Crib Point interchange bench, which the scoreboard at the moment says 6-17-53. Tyabb 5-11-41. We haven't had a goal stored in this last quarter.
I feel we're close, Vossi.
Yeah, there won't be too many left in it. If Tyabb to have to get the next one, simple as that.
Yeah, couldn't agree with you more. They've got the numbers, but Crib Point out the back of the stoppage are looking so composed. Well, might have been a little bit of a good old-fashioned tunnelling back in the day, but they get away with it. Miller, that's the 3rd time this quarter he's sold a teammate under pressure. He's probably further up the ground than he's used to. The ball's pinging around here just inside the centre square, broadcast side. We're going to get another ball up. No goals yet this quarter.
Quago?
It's a couple of close games. The Somerville 100, Devon Meadows 87. And the other close game is Hastings and Chelsea. Chelsea 36, Hastings still lead 48.
Okay.
A couple of close ones there, Vossi, which we love.
We do indeed. 13 minutes played in the last quarter. 12-point margin. Oborn in the ruck, getting the ball down for Crib Point, going their way probably by about 10 metres. The umpire will come in and say, my ball, umpire Andrew Shields once again.
There only feels like there's going to be 2 or 3 more golden opportunities to score, Vossi. And for Tyabb's sake, it needs to be all them. For Crib Point's sake, I think this has been a really mature start to this last quarter. They haven't panicked once. Sure, Tyabb have had a chance or two, but I think they've been really good. Jaden McNabb probably needed to hit that target on the outer side. He couldn't on this occasion. And it's a bit early for cricket season, but that's gone straight through him, bowled him in terms of Tyabb defence. Crib Point working their way forward. That's an outstanding tackle. I'm not sure how he disposed of that, Vossi. I'd love an explanation. I don't think I'm going to get one. Cooper Wiskin dropped what he really should have taken. We're at half back for Tyabb, half forward for Crib Point. They're going to clear here, the Yabbies. 2-on-1. Anderson might have been blocked. 2-on-1. He's done really well here, Jake Anderson. Ball up.
Might have also pushed his opponent in the back there, Jake Anderson, but nevertheless.
Broadcast wing, a little bit of a block, a little bit of a push. We call that 1-all. Vossi cancels them out. Need to move the ball forward here. Tyabb, they got plenty of numbers in their forward half. And William Hose, his last quarter, he's putting them on his back at the moment.
He's the man that's going to get them home if they do get home.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. Jake Anderson, he's been fantastic. That's a kick not to the advantage of his forward. Who's out the back? Is that a goal?
That's a goal.
That's gone through. Here they come.
The Tyabb player in the goal square was tackled, but the ball hit his foot and it went through for a goal. And that is the 6th goal, and they're back to within 6 points. We're going to have a draw here.
Oh, they're not going quietly, the Yabbies. A golden opportunity there.
Wow, Sus.
That was outstanding. John Watson, I think it was, the goal kicker. He's making his way out to the far wing. There's one of those golden opportunities, nearly 15 minutes, so we're probably halfway through this last quarter. Equal on goals, but the rushed behinds and the poor goal kicking of Crib Point.
Division 1, Prago?
Yeah, Division 1, probably the only close game is that Mount Eliza-Sorrento game into the 4th quarter. Mount Eliza still leading 6-4-40. Sorrento 4-3-27, but you could bank wins to Red Hill, Frankston Bombers, Bond Beach, and Frankston YCW in Div 1 this afternoon.
I'll tell you what, sorry, Vossi, if Tyabb do end up winning this game, William Hose is going to get BOG by a mile. The way he stood up in this last quarter, he's now gone into the ruck as well. It's been extraordinary. I think we're going to get a ball up here.
Well,
6 points in a margin.
He's just been given the licence to go wherever he wants and just to attack that ball, and he is just attacking it and more at the moment. He is just playing a fantastic second half, Will Hose. High kick for Tyabb, inside attacking 50, 6 points the margin. Oh, an opportunity.
He's fallen over.
The ball falls free. A hand pass, looking there for a running player coming past. There was the player there in Banham. It's picked up for Tyabb. Tackled. The umpire says 35 metres out. I'll ball it up.
The momentum has shifted. This is all Tyabb at the moment, Vossi.
Try and pass a peanut at the moment, because I tell you what, this game is getting towards that very, very nervous time. You don't want to make a mistake, because a mistake now will get Tyabb a goal potentially, and the scores will be level if that's the case. But currently 6 points in favour of Crib Point.
What they can't afford to do, Vossi, is try and defend the rest of the game. There's too long left. They're still going to need to kick another goal.
Yeah, they get the ball out of trouble. That's fine. They can get the ball down there. Ball goes over the line, attacking side of centre wing. 2.5 kicks out from goal there, Tyabb. So that's fine. I don't mind that. And the boundary umpire will throw the ball back into play. We're almost 17 minutes in the last quarter.
Best on ground could be genuinely a battle of the ruckman here. Luke Oborn and William Hose are in the ruck. They've both been fantastic.
Quick kick by Oborn it was towards half forward. Ball on the ground. Oh, an opportunity perhaps for Crib Point. They lose control of the ball about 50 metres out from their goal. Again, it falls free. The umpire says play on now. The umpire says ball it up. It is getting tight. Even Frank Gallagher out there, he's chewing his nails. It is getting towards that very nervous time in this game where both sides sense an opportunity.
Warwick Miller.
quick kick. Any score would be good for Crib Point here. But they get the ball away, Tyabb. They get it out to about 45 out from their goal that they're defending. Kick it off the ground. They get it out to 50. And now the pack of players comes, and the umpire says, I'm going to ball it up. But, yeah, even in a situation like this, a point is as good as anything for them. There's 6 points clear. It would make it 2 scores, and scores have been very hard to come by in this second half.
Absolutely. The more times that Tyabb have got to score, the less likely they will, although they get the clearance, and that's into open space. Jake Anderson leading the race for Tyabb, but he's miles behind at the moment. Crib Point going forward, although attacking the footy magnificently, although that's a terrible kick. So we call that the cancelling out. Vossi, I think. The ball's on the far wing. Who wants it more? At the moment, it looks like Crib Point are going to clear, although about 4 fumbles in a row there, and they're moving backwards, sideways. Tyabb have got the footy, and they're going to move forward. Sawyer is going to take the ball out of bounds, and Master Susovic has just given us a bit of a look.
You don't
but
give
I think
that,
we're okay.
You don't give that a deliberate out of bounds. It's like the crowd probably wanted it there, some of the crowd, but generally off the side of the boot, a stoppage. Now all of a sudden...
Yeah, we punish enough things in the game, Bossy. Punishing skill errors. Not something that sits all right with me. That was almost a fantastic mark, but Crib Point are going forward. Is this Jake Anderson? I think it is. Couldn't take the mark. He's recovered well. Geez, he's been good outnumbered today, Jake Anderson. He's finally gotten some help, although his teammates just tripped over himself. Brad Williams has laid 3 tackles in a row here. Probably could have been rewarded. The crowd are agreeing. He's now found the ball on the ground. Brad Williams has got the ball again. They just can't clear this forward 50 area. William Hose, he'd like that moment back because that's holding the man, umpire, and he's paid it. Hose has taken advantage. He kicks long, and his guys is down the field. Luke Oborn, it's the only poor thing he's done all day. And he's coming off the ground.
And that's going to be a goal, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Scores a level there at Bungai in reserve.
The draw is on.
I tipped this. 20 minutes in the last quarter. 6:17:53, plays 7:11:53. I called it about 10 minutes ago, so I tipped this.
Frank Gallagher's jaw is on the floor. We cannot believe it.
You're a poet, and you don't know it.
My goodness me, what a comeback this has been from Tyabb. I mean, they've been fantastic. The momentum has absolutely shifted. Miles Shepherd, I think he's going to go into this stoppage. They're going to need him.
To me, it doesn't look like, even though they've won last week, it doesn't look like Crib Point now to put this game away. They've had opportunities, even in this last quarter, to get a point or two just to maintain that lead, but the scores are level, obviously subject to the umpires conferring at the end, but we're pretty sure the scoreboard's right.
Really good decision by the umpire. Put his head down to pick up the footy. It wasn't a shrug.
53 each of 2. A long kick it was by Wisniewski towards half forward. Crib Point went up there, no mark taken. Ball on the ground, a chance for the ball to be still kept in there, and the Tyabb side did well to lock the ball in at centre half forward, or near centre half forward for Crib Point. We've only got a matter of minutes to go in this game. Hose goes up in the ruck. He was beaten on that occasion. A quick kick by Buchan. He goes to half forward with the kick, but it's knocked away. And now a quick kick out of defence towards centre wing. Oh, I tried hard not to push, but inevitably I think that had to be paid. It was against Chris Harris.
50? Miles Shepherd, geez, he's been good today. His last quarter he's been a bit quieter, but overall, fantastic. Probably on the podium.
High kick towards half forward. Ball goes over for a boundary throw-in. And I say a draw as a result, and we're still not at that stage yet, but it's level. It's 22 minutes played in the last quarter. But for the 2 bottom sides, this will be like dancing with your sister, wouldn't it?
I don't have a sister, Vossi. I'll take your word for it, though. I'm not 100% sure why someone would dance with their sister, but look, if anyone's got an explanation for me, I can give you my contact information and we can talk it out.
You've heard that analogy, though, like dancing with your sister?
I think that's a job for the therapist, Vossi. We're just here to call the football. Tell you what, there's a bit of cramping going on by a couple of the Crib Point players and one of them on the bench. Probably not a good sign if you're cramping on the pine, Vossi.
Well, there's one man that needs to get on right now, and that's Brad Arnold. Needs to get him on right now.
Oh, I think he heard Vossi calling his name and thought it was the bench, but no, it's just the dulcet tones of Michael Voss. And this ball has moved about 8 metres in the last minute and a half. We're ticking over just about to the 23-minute mark of the last quarter. Suss can't stand still. Vossi's barely sitting still. We wanted the best out of these two teams.
Oh!
I'm not sure if we've got it, but the contest has been a good one. We're at half forward. That might have been a little nudge, but the ball will go out of bounds. We're about 65 out from Tyabb's goal. They look the most likely to score. Vossi, crib pointer, got to hang on here.
Jared Fisk had no option but to go to the line there.
Yep,
arguably deliberate, but no, you just don't pay it in local football. You just don't. Boundary umpire throws the ball back into play. Scores level. We're past time on in the last quarter. There's a quick kick. It was.
Oh, it's worked.
By Watson, mark taken. And it's been taken for Tyabb now. Short pass. Corey Buchan's taken the mark.
Guess who? The jokes are writing themselves. This is huge.
Corey Buchan with the ball.
I don't think I've seen him in the last quarter.
To potentially win the game for Tyabb.
I'll tell you what, how confident did he look walking back? This does not look like a big enough run-up.
He is a man who's kicked goals before. He knows where the sticks are. He goes back. He's 40 out. Comes in. He has the shot.
Oh, the goal.
Tyabb are in front. Tyabb are in front here at the pond. They are 6 points clear. And now Crib Point know the equation. They need a goal, simple as that. They have to take the game on. But boy, oh boy, what a comeback. Wowee, Suss.
Oh my goodness. I don't think Suss has actually stood still for 15 minutes. It's extraordinary. What a finish from Corey Buchan. I was worried about the length of his run-up. He's told me to stick it. I don't blame him, to be honest.
What a beautiful kick, I say, by Corey Buchan.
He
really knows where the goals are.
Don't forget, 18 minutes into the third quarter, Crib Point were up by 20. They're now down by 6.
So ball up in the centre.
William Hose back in the ruck. I like it.
He's been huge.
He really has, and he wins the clearance. And the man in front.
Again,
I think it's Regan.
At about 7 or 8 minutes ago when Crib Point attacked and they were a goal in front, and I said any point will do for Crib Point at this stage.
Yep.
Anything will do here
Correct.
for Tyabb.
Yep, this is a shot to win the game, and it doesn't matter the score. He'll take his 30. Don't do a Noah Bolter, Brock. You've actually got to move after 30 seconds. I think he knows that he's coming in now, or he's going to. Did the old Dermot Brereton from the 1980s, just pausing.
So 6
not a lot of
points.
standing going on the Mark Vossi, but in he comes. The number
points.
7. Game over.
That's it.
Tyabb by 2 goals. What a last quarter it's been. They've kicked the last 5. Tyabb, this has been an outstanding last quarter. Led by William Hose in the middle.
Craig, have you got anything to say?
No, I'm just amazed at the comeback. It's been absolutely fantastic.
I tell you what, for second bottom versus bottom, just while you're getting the scores up there, Brock Regan just showed the emotion and what it means to win this game. He went to the crowd in front of the pavilion and he just gave them the fist pump saying, come on boys, we've got this now, we should have it.
Luke O'Bourne had a fumble. Nick Rutherford did not. The game's not entirely over. No, you'd think it probably is at this point, but we got to go back to, I think, the goal kicking in that first quarter by Crib Point. Vossi, they missed 4 set shots in a row in that right forward pocket. They all went right. No adjustment. They've been the better side for probably a quarter and a half out of the first 3, but this has been, well, probably 10 minutes of just pure and utter domination by the Yabbies. They're going to celebrate this one long and hard. 9-11-65, 6-17-53. You're listening to RPP. Vossi's here, Daz is here, Crago's here, the gang. This has been a really enjoyable game of football.
There's the man, there's the BAG right there.
Yep, I reckon you're right, Vossi.
Goes towards half forward. He was looking there for Anderson.
There
so
it is.
It's gone. And Tyabb have won a comeback performance of epic proportion. They have done this fantastic in the last quarter. They have run going away, winning by 2 goals after being as much as 3 goals down in the third quarter and late in the third quarter. So 9-11-65, they've beaten
Crib Point 6-17-53. Just before we take a break, Craig, you got some scores for us?
Yeah, Hastings have beaten Chelsea
Oh, my
56-46. We're just waiting on that score through. Somerville were 14 points up on Devon Meadows a couple of minutes ago.
We'll take a break. You're listening and watching RPPFM. We'll be back to wrap up.
Everyone knows Australia has 4 big banks, but the 5th biggest retail bank is snapping at their heels. It's a bank that's been around for over 160 years, can be found in over 500 locations nationwide, looks after over 1.8 million customers, and is regularly voted one of the most trusted brands out of all the thousands of brands in Australia. Who is this fantastic number 5? Yep, it's Bendigo Bank. The better big bank.
More and more people with a taste for quality are shopping at Eliza Meats. Kevin and his lean team pride themselves on the finest cuts, from juicy steaks and roasts to high-grade mince and sausages. And Eliza Meats are the gourmet specialists. Inquire about Eliza Meats Spit Hire. Phone 9787 4473 for a mouth-watering meal fit for a king. It's all at Eliza Meats. See our sponsor Kevin at Eliza Meats, 112B Mount Eliza Way, a station sponsor.
And welcome back to Tyabb, where the home team have run out winners in a remarkable comeback in the last quarter. Before we go quickly to Vossi and Daz, just some scores, updated fourth quarter scores in Div1. Frankston YCW 116, Rosebud 41. The last score we had through was Mount Eliza still leading Sorrento 40-27. Bond Beach 83, Pines 34. Red Hill 110, Edith Aspendale 35, Frankston Bombers 87, Dramana 32. And just quickly in Division 2, I'll bring those scores up for you. Somerville 121, Devon Meadows 105, Pearsdale 66, Mornington 37, Coringal 114, Rye 11. Very disappointing performance by Rye today. Langwarren 111, Seaford 19. And Hastings winning their game over Chelsea 56-46. And it's been victory here for Tyabb over Crib Point. Back to Vossi and to Daz.
Come from behind victory it was for Tyabb. And I did say late in the game, Daz, I don't think, even though they won last week, I just don't think Crib Point knew how to put that game away. They had the opportunities. They've had 3 more scoring shots on the day, missed a number of opportunities at goal. Couldn't quite get the score in the last quarter when they had the ball down there. Tyabb defence just held out, and that was that man. It was the man who's been a Tyabb boy. It was the homecoming boy this year in Corey Buchan who put him in front, and that is a great story and for Tyabb, and that really meant a lot to them.
Yeah, you could see the passion, couldn't you, Vossi? But there's only one man that could have been the best on ground. It was the man who put Tyabb on his shoulders in that last quarter and ensured that the unlikely win got him over the line. William Hose, outstanding.
Just looking here.
There's a guard of honour that's going on at the moment.
There's a presentation going on. Sus, do you know anything about this? No?
It's a presentation of a shield by the looks of it, so
fantastic.
Obviously a shield played between the two clubs.
Wonder if they'll agree with this, which they should, that William Hose was the best on ground.
That many shields, isn't there?
Yes.
If you are still with us, we appreciate it. And of course, if you like your podcast, wherever you get your podcast, look up RPPFM and you will find the Toe Punt Footy Show catch up. You'll also find preview, review show. And fingers crossed after AJ King is back fully fit.
And we can get the best of volatile Vossi as well.
Absolutely, and we should have the All Access to Sport up and about as well. Hope the great man is okay with COVID. A fantastic win from Tyabb, but we've just about got to get out of here, Vossi. There's going to be some interesting results to talk about in the review. That'll be coming tomorrow or Monday. We'll figure out our schedules. But to all the listeners, all the viewers out there, we hope you've enjoyed your afternoon. It's been a 12-point win to Tyabb over Crib Point. They'll rue their poor goal kicking. Hope you enjoy the rest of the week, and you can join us next week for the Battery World Mornington match of the day. Enjoy your week. Goodbye.